Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
To the Mets?
Oh.
Damn, dude.
Oh.
Hey, I didn't want to start it there, bro. But
that's
like, hold on.
That's kind of messed up, dude.
Yeah. Stop. Come on, stop it.
I didn't. My fault.
Stop it. No puns. No puns, dude.
My bad.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a swing and a miss on my end.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
We're all done here. We're all done.
Yeah. A lot of you don't have to start with the Mets. A lot of baseball happened. We're recording just after the Mets-Padres game, in which the Padres were victorious. They're moving on. The Mets are not. And again, you might be a Mets fan listening to this, and brave decision by you if you're a Mets fan listening today, because nothing but pain and misery is coming your way. It's not that we enjoy that. I mean, Joey does. Joey's a fucking asshole. Joey's an asshole. Me, Dallas, Jake. Yeah, we don't. I don't enjoy any of that.
No.
But it gets to a point where it goes too far. I mean, it's gotten to the point where if you choke that bad, I do start feeling bad. As someone who hates the Mets more than anybody, it's gotten to that point.
Is that where, you know what, Joey, do you want to take this time right now, just real quickly, to say whether or not you believe that your good karmic stance and just unwillingness to really stand behind your team? I guess what I'm asking you is, has your spinelessness paid off?
No, I will say this. The Mets are good like they faked me out. I thought they were good too. Everyone thought they were good, and they were good until when 2 weeks, I mean, look, it came down to 6 games where they just totally, I don't know. They tried everything. They tried falsely accusing a pitcher of cheating.
That is true. They did do that.
Yeah, I mean, that easy. That's gamesmanship, right? That's gamesmanship. I mean,
it's not like it came from nowhere. The internet was blowing up about Joe Musgrove's shiny ear. People were talking about it online. I'm glad. Look, like, as far as Joe Musgrove, direct quote, described it after the game as a desperate move, which you may or may not agree with that as a desperate move. But I think if
you're down 4-0 in the 6th at that point, you have mustered all of fucking knock.
Yeah.
A knock.
But if Buck Showalter did not instruct the umpires to go out there and literally massage his ear. Yes, true. If Buck Showalter did not instruct the umpires to go out there and inspect Joe Musgrove's ear, then we would have been sitting here talking about whether or not, like, what was on his ear, blah, blah, blah. They went out there and they fucking gave him a wet willy and he stayed in the game. So they determined that he wasn't cheating. So we know that definitively. I think that there would have been a lot of speculation and pissing and moaning from Mets fans about Joe Musgrove cheating. It doesn't matter. They didn't score any fucking runs. Like, even after that. So
what's to say that, like, once he reaches a certain beats per minute heart rate, that his overactive sweat glands in his earlobes don't start to work overtime and then just really start to open up to help him cool himself down? Maybe that's like a fucking breathing mechanism that other human beings wish they had. Maybe that's part of being elite. Kind of like Fernando Valenzuela was able to breathe through his eyelids. Yeah, you didn't know about that?
Bleed through his eyelids.
Breathe. I corrected myself. Breathe through his eyelids. That's the same thing. I mean, it's one of those same, like, these are fucking elite human beings, dude. What do you, I mean, come on.
So then, you're a known cheater. Have you ever heard of anyone doing?
That's false.
You're an admitted cheater in the major league level.
That sounds a little better.
Have you heard anyone doing an ear thing? Like, what could that be?
What is it?
No. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but Andrew McCutcheon threw a tweet out there talking about how, like, yo, it's it's icy hot. He said, if you look at the tweet, I believe his exact words in the tweet were, "I guarantee it's icy hot." I'm not even, I can't throw that guarantee out there. But then I thought about this. Kutch and Musgrove spend time together as teammates. Were they in Philly together?
Was Musgrove in Philly? I don't remember that. I remember him in Houston.
Why do I have Musgrove in Philly? Why do I think he was in Philly? Where would they have, Pittsburgh, right? Shit.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Yeah.
So if they were teammates in Pittsburgh, can we confirm that? Is there any way, before I just go throwing that around? I believe that to be the case, though. So he may have some insight as to how Joe Musgrove likes to prepare. Like there are stories of Roger Clemens using Icy Hot in the nether regions to fire himself up before the game.
Like his penis.
And so his rocket, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not unheard of at all. And so that not the ear though. Like what are you digging in your fucking ear? You got some, but hey, who knows? But they went out and they, like you said, Jared, they gave him the wet willy. They gave him an entire check. And just so for baseball fans who haven't seen something like this, just take note of the mechanics of what happened. Manager came out, right? Here comes Buck. Let's have a chat. Umpires all gather. All right. Then they gather by the mound. And this is what's happening before a check is coming. And that's so all the umpires are on the same page. Look, this is where we're going to check. This is what they just said. All right. This is what Buck is asking. Blah, 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 blah. So let's move forward with this. And then they start the check. They start the assessment. And that's so everybody's on the same page.
That kind of makes me wonder like what they were talking about. Because let's be honest, he's probably using something. It's Buck, probably not. And they're probably all using something. So maybe the umpires are being there thinking like, well, if we find spider tack, let's eject him. But if we find like pine tar, we've checked him 3 times this game already. The umpires are supposed to check him between innings. They were probably feeling up a little bit of pine tar all the time, and they let it go.
Well, what were his spin rate numbers up? Because I saw people say that, but I didn't see any data.
They were up.
Yeah, but
how much? How much?
A negligible amount though. Like
they're like 150, 200 RPMs, depending on the pitch.
150, 200, or is it more like 100-ish?
I mean, look, like
100 to 150.
So 104, 126, 183, 230, 147. Those are all his pitches.
So what's the average 47. There? I'm gonna say the average there is 139.2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, maybe negligible, like velocity increase.
His velocity increased, so that's definitely part of
mile
it.
Per hour,
mile or two.
So we're just going to completely ignore like elimination game type energy.
No, it definitely had something to do with it.
I mean, it's almost like a guy can't just tap in. You know what I mean? It's almost like that's illegal. Yeah. It's almost like being really fucking good raises questions these days. And you know what? As soon as I think say a shiny ear
raises questions.
No, I understand. Pitchers have not done themselves, baseball players in general, let me just rewind that, have not done themselves any favors when it comes to questioning success.
Yeah.
No favors whatsoever, right? That being said, it's understood why Buck makes this move. I get it. Totally get it. It's understood why Musgrove's just looking in the dugout after he punches people out after the checkup, because he's like, you can't fucking look at the score. We all see, you see that fucking letter out there, H, you see that lonely little number up there. We all get it. We all get it. Poor you. Well, I'm going to keep fucking pouring it in there and you ain't going to touch shit.
That's a risky move though, because if he gets ejected, then the Padres are just going to check every Mets pitcher they can, or at least one of them.
Well, why is that a risky move?
Because then you got to tell your pitchers, hey, you probably can't use your sticky stuff anymore because they're going to check your ass.
That's what they always talk about, doing your, making sure that your side of the fence, that your lawn is cut, making sure that you've done your housekeeping. Because if you haven't, and you're doing that, you're going to be affecting. That's always been the argument about stuff like this, is you're going to be affecting other guys. I mean, we don't need to get into all that, but that's just known. If you're selling the other guy out on the other team, just know that you're probably exposing a minimum of one guy on your team to that same shit. So that's why managers are just hesitant to do that, because we all understand.
Yeah. Which is, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want to spend too much time on that, because it is what it is. Game's over. The umpire's inspected. He wasn't ejected. It is what it is. But I guess we can start there, just because we're already on Mets Padres anyway.
What's the last game? Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean,
we'll start there. The San Diego Padres, I don't think any of us picked the Padres. And on a panel of 4, I think we all went Mets.
All went Mets.
We all went Mets. I think it's not like we thought it was going to be a bloodbath. I think most of us went Mets in 3. Did anyone go Mets in 2?
No.
Okay. Jake went Mets in 2?
Yep.
Jake went Mets in 2. Everyone else went Mets in 3. I mean, there was respect shown to the Padres. They were capable of going in there and doing what they did. I just think that ultimately the most disappointing part of that series was how the Mets went out. Like, all respect in the world to Joe Musgrove for the outing that he had. But to borrow a phrase from Frank the Tank, they looked feeble up there. They looked feeble. There were some hard hit balls, like Pete Alonso. I think he hit one like 109 the other way. There was some of that, but all in all, a very feeble whimper into the night.
Low key, there was a lot of that, and that was just bad karma for the whole year. Mets getting the bad bipping every team to death, and then they got. I mean, Will Myers made like probably 3 beautiful plays at first, and Trent Grisham against the wall.
Trent Grisham would have been MVP.
Folks are now put on notice about Trent Grisham's game. Like, the dude can play defense. The dude can.
I've been on Trent Grisham since fucking those Padre Dodger rivalries when he gave that fuck you pimp job to Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, sure.
He's had some fuck you in him for a big game in a while.
It was a tough season, but he can. Yeah, he's a grinder. Like, he's a gritty fucking ball player. Like for me, the whole entire story of this series, like 3-game series, and this is how it all plays out when you're looking at it over the season. Like, what happened? Well, the starting pitching. That's the story. 14 2/3 innings completed by the Mets starting pitchers. 12 earned runs. The Padres starting pitchers posted 17 1/3 innings with just 3 earned runs allowed. That's the story, right there.
Yeah.
That's
also,
the story.
I didn't realize this, but that was Blake Snell's first postseason start since the fucking World Series game. Yeah, since the 2020 World Series game. That's crazy.
Which is why that sign in the background of every fucking right-handed hitter was perfect. It's what it would say, cash pulled Snell 2020, something like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he got his redemption.
Yeah, for sure. Look, the Padres, we talked about the Padres being a good team that is playing good baseball at the right time, right? You can talk about the season woes and who didn't show up and who was lackluster, blah, 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 blah. Well, that all changes. Like, you're seeing a little moxie from Juan Soto, right? Started to see the shuffle a little against Bassett tonight. I mean, hey, if it's just that energy, if it's just that vibe that starts to come around for him, so be it.
Also, I saw some people being like, how the fuck are Mets fans going to boo Max Scherzer off the mound? It's like, well, he gave up 4 home runs and left down 7-0. Was it 7-0, correct?
Yes.
7-0 at the time. And I tried to throw a bone to Scherzer and say that, yeah, half of it is like that he laid a big time egg in game 1, but also Mets fans are booing the overall, like, they're booing everything that's happened in the last month plus, like losing that lead to the Braves, and then having to play in this wild card series at all, being a 100. What did they win? 101 games. 101 games playing in the wild card round, and then to lose 2 out of 3 at home. Like, they're booing that. They're booing everything. They're not just booing Max Scherzer.
But he gets most of it. Most of it was Max. Like,
but I think
a lot of that is Max
I think if you're a Mets fan, like, you came into this year, you have Max Scherzer, you have Jacob deGrom, and halfway through the season, you get deGrom back. Like, and you didn't even need deGrom to have the best record at the time. Like, they're fucking firing on all cylinders. You think that this is the year, and things just feel different. I think that a lot of veteran Mets fans would sit there and tell you that, hey, I'm cautiously optimistic. I've seen this movie before where the Mets look good and then the wheels fall off. And then you go into September and you're still looking pretty good, and then the wheels fall off. So I think a lot of it was like, when's going to be our time? Like when can we talk our shit? Because even this year, when the Mets were as good as they were, I think a lot of Mets fans were, I mean, definitely Mets fans talk their shit, but I'm sure some of the wiser, older ones were like, listen, I've seen this play out before. I'm going to wait until we actually win something to talk our shit.
You know, hey, Mets fans, it happened in the postseason, though. How about that? The end of the collapse didn't come at the end of September. I mean,
baby steps.
It was part of it, but you held on long enough.
Mm-hmm.
You held on long enough to get to October. Get into like that's. I don't want to call that an upgrade. It's not an upgrade. Sure, it's not where you wanted to be at the end of this whole thing. Especially
try and put yourself in a Mets fan's shoes right now, because you just went through the, whether you want to call it a collapse or not, whatever word you want to use. You lost the division when you should have won it. And then you have this wild card round that you shouldn't have even been playing in. You lose that 2 out of 3 at home. And it's not just about the disappointment of this year ending. It's about where the fuck do we go from here? Because Jacob DeGrom,
why shouldn't they have been playing in that? Why shouldn't they have been playing in that wild card?
I mean, the Braves took it from them. I mean, I'm not saying that's why my whole thing all along.
Don't discount what the Braves have done. Like the Mets had the exact same fucking opportunity that the Braves did. They had the exact same opportunity.
That's why I don't call it a collapse. It's because the Mets had a winning record, and it wasn't like a barely over 500, right? Like they were playing good ball.
That's what I was trying to say last time. Is it collapse? Fuck. I mean, maybe they weren't playing great. Other teams were playing better than they were.
No, the Mets were playing good. It's just the Mets were playing good. The Braves are playing great, like the best. So that's why I struggle using the word collapse there. But I think it's that. And then you look ahead to, where do we go from here? Edwin Diaz is a free agent. Jacob DeGrom is a free agent. I don't think that he's coming back. I think that you can guarantee that. There's a team that I think is, everyone's talking about the Braves, DeGrom going to Joey's Braves. I think there's another team that's kind of lying in the weeds here for Jacob DeGrom that a lot of people aren't talking about. Well, who is it? Dallas, who do you think it is?
What are you trying to tell me? The San Francisco Giants are going to make a move?
Mm-mm. They were not a very good team this year, but they've been spending a lot of money. Phillies. No. Fuck.
Oh, that would, I mean, yeah, the Red Sox would definitely fit into that group.
Mm-hmm. Not them, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, that's probably one of the first teams I think about when I think spending a lot of money, not very good.
Mm-hmm.
Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about the Jacob DeGrom free agent sweepstakes when we started this.
Mm. Well, Toronto. I mean, like I said, if you're a Mets fan, this is what you're thinking about right now. You're thinking about, fuck, like we blew it, and we thought this would be our year. We won one playoff game, got bumped in the wild card round, and now what? Like, it's not even like, fuck, we took it on the chin, but we'll be back bigger and stronger next year. I don't know about that.
Isn't this where Uncle Stevie's pocketbook is supposed to come into play, though? He's supposed to be able to make this a more than just a known fact that Jacob DeGrom is leaving. He's supposed to now be helping entertain these conversations. If Jacob DeGrom is a piece that you would fetch on the free agent market, if you're Uncle Stevie, why do you not entertain that now?
This is where all that insider trading comes to play. Like, this, as a Mets fan, like, Steve Cohen is going to spend a shit ton of money. I wouldn't be that worried about that.
What are the Mets more away from, I guess? What do the Mets need to get them over that hump? Like, you lose to Jacob DeGrom. Are you supplementing what Jacob DeGrom represents or would represent for you with anything you have in-house right now? Or are you moving any pieces you have that would supplement that? And are those pieces that you end up giving up, were those going to be the impact folks that are supposed to come along in the lineup?
Well, now you also have to ask yourself, what is Max Scherzer?
Yeah.
Not based on one start, but the second half. And just like the injuries and the age, like you have to have that conversation. Like, it's nice on paper to say we have Jacob DeGrom and Max Scherzer, like that. Those are marquee names. Those are Hall of Famers. But what does that mean? What does that really mean?
Right now, that did not. No. The bottom line is those three did not match up against what the other boys were rolling out. That is plain and simple. Like the fucking Padres. Yeah, I mean
the optics of Timmy Trumpet getting fired up down 4-0 in was it the 8th inning that he came out? The 8th?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like the optics of that. Mr. Met fucking just shaking his ass with the trumpet.
The Padres fans going crazy. Padres fans loving it.
Yeah, Padres fans are like, yeah, bring him up.
We're celebrating. Play that fucking jam.
yeah. Like that doesn't make me feel good if I'm a Mets fan. But to Dallas's point, we don't need to spend a ton of time right now on what the Mets offseason looks like. We have plenty of time to dissect that and break it down as it unfolds and what we think it could become. But again, I like right now, I think it's more intriguing to put yourself in the mindset of a Mets fan.
Your season's
on
over.
A night like tonight. Your season's over, but like it is. Yeah, like they are thinking, where do we go from here? Like they're not thinking, "Fuck, we lost." They're
Jared,
thinking,
that's part of this. That's part of this train, though. Is you know what? You're one of the first to fucking fall off. Sorry about it. Hey, there they go. So you got train keeps moving. You're like train is just really starting to leave the station. You know what I mean? Like it's tough. It's tough if you're a Mets fan, but that's life. But you know what? Think about it this way: Spin Zone. They're going to have a longer offseason than any of these other postseason teams to figure it out.
That's right. This is a good strategy.
I guess.
Mets are always...
Or they'll have a longer offseason to figure out what they're going to do with Jacob deGrom than anybody, is what I meant to say.
Yeah, deGrom, Edwin, Bassett, McNeil, right? Nimmo.
There's a lot.
Canna.
A lot of questions. Terrence Gore? I mean, they pick up Terrence Gore, they still couldn't win. That's
Lugo,
it's a cursed franchise.
Yeah. Anyways, congratulations to the Padres, though.
Yes.
San Diego Padres, they're moving on. None of us picked them. We're a bunch of assholes. So yeah, I want to start at the very beginning now. We started at the end. Let's sandwich this. Let's go back to the beginning with the Tampa Bay Rays and the Cleveland Guardians.
Ooh.
And this series, go ahead. Sure.
I just want to say this. It's a great place to start, and we don't have to spend a lot of time there either. But coming off of the statistic I just gave you regarding the starting pitchers with the Mets and the Padres, this series, these games, was an example of what dominant starting pitching is all about. Oh, and
timely hitting as well.
Sprinkle me, bitch. Sprinkle me, sprinkle me, sprinkle me. Joe Ram, sprinkle me. Oscar, sprinkle me. Fucking sprinkle me. That's what you're right, Jared. Call it timely hitting. I call it power sprinkled throughout the lineup.
Yeah. Did all their home runs come from
all the runs came from home runs in that series?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. How about
you had Jose Siri hit a home run off Biebs, and that was the only run that the Tampa Bay Rays scored in 24 innings. Was it?
It's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
There was game one. I believe there was a total of 3 runners in scoring position, like between both teams. There was 3, and obviously teams were 0 for. They were 0 for 3. Because it was the one homer by Joe Ram that won that game. So that just goes to show you like what kind of shit gets it done on the mound. Bieber was dominant, and not only dominant, but dominant in a way that you don't see a lot of right-handed starters be able to be dominant, which is just, he's not out there out stuffing guys by any means. Now his shit is dirty. Let's not get it twisted, but it's been documented the velo's down a tick or so. That being said, he has put it exactly where he's wanted. And more times than not, you go out there and you do that with his stuff. That combination, buddy, that's pitching 101. He's got a phenomenal mindset. Wants to attack, works quick, I mean, that ball game was 2 hours and like 15 minutes, 2 hours, 17 minutes or something stupid like
2 hours and 17 minutes.
Yeah. Just rolling.
7 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run. It was the Jose Siri homer, 8 strikeouts, just 1 walk.
Love it.
And I posed the question because this happened on the same day. What was more unfair? The guards going Biebs to Clase or America's team going Castillo to Munoz, who is pumping 103 miles an hour?
Didn't I try? I tried to tell you motherfuckers about Munoz at the beginning of the year. Like I was like, yo, this dude is something
He's
else.
for real.
He is absolutely legit.
Munoz is what fucking what's the dude from the Dodgers?
Gratterall?
Yeah, he's what Gratterall thinks he is.
Well, Gratterall, for whatever reason, just doesn't get the fucking swing and miss. He just doesn't get the swing and
doesn't.
miss.
Like if you look at his numbers, it's like, wait, this dude pumps 102 with ease? No way.
Yeah, but and that's, look, if we're being honest, and I mean that's a completely different series. The Mariners, I don't want to.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, the guards being able to
both of it's unfair.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Clase is pumping triple digits too.
Yeah, but his shit, and that's the thing, is he's cutting. You know, it's cutting
different
at a hundo, 101. There's cut to that, and then sometimes it straightens out and it's 101 or 103.
Yeah. Yeah, Biebs put on a performance though, and it was funny. So I talked to Biebs after the game, and I was like, "You're an asshole," because I was telling everyone, I was like, "Watch for like if you watch a supercut of all of Shane Bieber's strikeouts in Game 1, you're just gonna see paint just fucking dotting the corners and all this because that's what he does." And he got everyone to chase all of his swing and miss. They were just fucking like cutting away. Like he was like change ups in and fucking sliders away. And he wasn't really like, I'm not saying he wasn't in the zone, but he did a great job at getting swing and miss on pitches that were just not strikes.
Well, yeah, ideally what you're trying to do. And I'm that's his, you want everything to start middle and work its way off, especially if you've got advantage. Like if it's 0-2,
he was horizontal both ways.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game, man. That's the name of the game. Biebs. It's funny that you talked to him because I talked to him after the game too. But I was talking with Padre Biebs before the game, and as you know, man. Oh, he's great. They got a little tradition pregame. So I may or may not have had a shot of Patron at fucking 9 a.m. in the morning, and then proceeded to watch Shane Bieber absolutely fucking carve.
Yeah.
So that was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
The go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say the second game.
This was porn. The starting pitching performance was ruined by offensive ineptitude later on, but because it almost like took away what Tyler Glasnow and Tristan McKenzie were able to do in Game 2 as a starting pitching standpoint. Because then once you get into fucking the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th inning and no one scored a single run yet, then you're like, these two offenses suck. And it took away from the two starting pitching performances, which I did not appreciate.
Once again, you've done it.
What?
You've forgotten about Shane McClanahan.
It's not.
No. I'm just saying in terms of Game 2. But
yeah, I know.
Yes, Shane McClanahan also is a stud.
I didn't want to take anything away from Shane McClanahan's performance because Bieber goes 7 2/3.
7 2/3.
Shove it up your assness, and Mac went 7 strong.
7 with 2 earned.
I mean, come on, man. Like he gave
Who
his
hit
team
the homer off McClanahan? It was
every chance to win.
Jose?
That was Jose Ramirez.
Was that Jose Ramirez? Yeah. That was the game winner. That was the game.
Game winner, baby.
And he made a sick play.
Yeah. Well, yes, he did. Well, he made a couple sick plays, but he made a fucking game-saving play, really, right?
Yeah. That one play.
Yep.
Well, that was. I mean, it was a great play by Jose Ramirez, but Josh Naylor got to show him some love on that. Yeah,
have you seen his brother? Have you seen his brother?
Are they brothers?
They're fucking identical twins, dude. They look exactly.
Wait, no. Hold on. The same Naylor on the guards is his brother. You're fucking with me.
Yes, they're brothers.
That's not his brother.
You haven't seen him if you don't think that. They look identical.
Dallas
it's
is
his
laughing.
brother.
So no,
it's his little bro. He's the catcher. He's a catcher.
No.
What's so funny?
You're talking about the Contreras brothers.
I'm talking about the Naylor brothers.
No.
But all right, yeah, we're just trolling you. Got him. We got him, Dallas. Obviously, they just have the same last name. They're not brothers, dude. Such a fucking idiot.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
They're not brothers.
Yeah, no shit, they're not brothers. I was right. They're identical twins.
They're not brothers, man.
Yeah, Bo Naylor.
Not from the same place or anything like that.
Oh, they are brothers.
They're fucking brothers, man. Look at them.
But they're not twins. You lied about that.
I was just saying they're twins because they look alike.
Yeah. Yeah. Josh Naylor. Bo Naylor is 22. Josh Naylor is 25.
How are you going to stop two Naylors, man?
I didn't.
They'll kill you in your sleep, these guys.
People don't know that.
In this case, it's better to be the nailer than the hammer, you know?
Oh!
Hey. But watching game 2, how much is that is good pitching or just the fucking shadows? Let's be
Naylor.
honest. The shadows.
Bought me dinner. What? Yeah, it's.
The shadows were crazy. They're worse than regular shadows.
Well, Joseph.
They were an extra level of shadows going on.
Shadows are tough. Look,
The shadows
you get
didn't come out until like the 8th.
But
You
I'm
get
saying, dude.
What was that, 11 a.m. draw? Like, that's a tough.
No, we fucked that up. The Cleveland's Eastern Standard Time, idiot.
Are we sure?
Positive.
Yeah.
I Googled it after. Yeah, Cleveland is EST, baby.
Okay.
And that was a nooner.
Okay, nooner. Still a brutal start.
Yeah, it's unconventional for sure.
Yeah. It's not fun. But
The
Yeah,
fans were still lit. More
Yeah,
fans
fans
of
were
the
lit.
fucking
Beebs,
12
guards.
o'clock at a Friday than Mets.
steel trap. But game 2. I mean, game 2. Sam Hinches. You know who that is?
Ring a bell? No, I don't.
Ring a bell.
Never heard of him.
Learn about it. 3 solid for the guards. When
For
you
the
need 'em
guards.
most, when you need arms, when you're entering an arena in which you haven't sniffed all season long because they're playing by different rules.
Mm-hmm.
You need somebody to step up.
Yeah.
You need somebody to take that baseball.
Corey Kluber didn't deserve that L, by the way.
Yeah.
Especially in Cleveland, of all places. Come on.
Yeah.
That's the Klubot, dude.
Give me the Lesty!
You
That's
can't.
what the fuck I'm talking about. You need somebody to show the fuck up. That's what's great about this game. Who's going to hold the fucking rope? Who's going to do it? The entire team hanging on one end of the rope over the cliff.
You know
You're
what's
the
crazy?
only motherfucker at top. Are you going to hold it? Are you going to hold it? Are you going to hold that rope, Jared? Sammy
hold
the
the
lefty
rope.
said, I'll hold the fucking rope. Will you hold the fucking rope? Sammy the lefty, he'll fucking hold the rope.
You know what's crazy about this game? First of all, shout out to the defenses. No errors made in 15 innings of play. But if you
baseball.
covered up the innings, the Tampa Bay Rays had 6 hits in this game. The Guardians had 5 hits. That's just a normal ass baseball game. They
It's a
played
baseball game.
15 fucking innings. You had 5 hits for the guards, and all you needed was that one barrel. That was it.
It's a baseball game, baby.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I don't know. For me, and I, it's fun because I've lived at both sides. I love the investment. I was so fucking invested in that baseball game. So invested. I didn't want to, like, I honestly, I didn't want to see either team lose because I was just like, oh, come on. Like, this is going to break
too.
somebody's heart. Like,
It was like a handshake agreement. Let's just keep playing.
right. Can we fucking, yeah. Like, I
You
don't know.
guys
We'll
can
figure
get
it
some
out.
guys
We'll-
on if you want, but like, don't you
Yeah.
dare fucking score a run. Like, we
Maybe
have a
we say
gentleman's
fucking-
agreement to not score.
Yeah, we'll play 5. All right. We'll go best of 5. Fuck it. We'll all agree.
Yeah.
But you knew it's got to happen. So to see it played out like that, like because what I started to think was, oh man, I don't know if just trying to run into one favors this lineup here. I don't want this entire lineup trying to run into one right now. because they're definitely more suited for let's put the ball in play, see if we can't create some productive outs while trying to find a hole. Like that's what that Guardians lineup is built for. So when it came to the idea of trying to square up all these fucking thoroughbreds trotting out from that Rays bullpen, it's like, rather not have to play that game with these guys because they got a few fucking poppers in that lineup that could easily run into one. I don't want to play that game. So
the Rays offense just fucking sucks. let's call it like it is. The Rays offense is not good.
It went MIA.
Yeah, I mean, like they were a top 10 offense last year. I know people probably don't realize that, but they were a top 10 offense last year. Won 100 games. And I mean, the Red Sox dusted them in the playoffs, but that a different story. This year, it's true. The offense was not nearly as good this year. And like what happened? They couldn't even score one fucking run. They couldn't score one run. One.
Yeah.
One.
Dude, the Guardians pitched 8 pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
All shut them down.
Love that bullpen, baby. Love that bullpen.
They struck out 19 times.
Did the Guardians just overtake the Rays as the new dork analytic team that just is good? I mean, just look at the Guardians pitchers. How many of their pitchers they've like traded away who were like great pitchers and they're still elite at pitching. They've lost all of them. They just get more.
Well, the Guardians have long been identified as a team that does, or an organization that does well to develop arms, develop pitching. And whether that's a combination of the culture that was in place, years ago that has still kind of continued to filter. I mean, even days with Kluber there. So yeah, it's just something that they've done.
That is kind of crazy though.
McWinsey fucking
6
slicing
innings.
and dicing, 6 shut, 8 punch.
Yeah. Couple walks, 2 hits. And you could tell that there were moments in that game because he does get fired up from he's not like a like Karinchak that gets fired up after every single, inning ending strikeout. Yeah, but he does have his moments where he'll scream into his glove, and you could tell he was holding back a little bit and in that start, it was fun. It was fun to watch him pitch. I think people underestimated the guards from, I guess like, it's almost like every year we just forget that starting pitching is the most important thing. Well, and when you go up against Bieber and McKenzie 1-2 like that, that's Jared, and the way the Rays offense was like, I just the thing about me picking the Rays.
It's because there's never a bully in that division that just says fuck it, and it's never the Guardians that just says fuck it. It ends up beating everybody else in that division by 8 games, 10 games. Right. That never happens. It hasn't happened. And knowing that going into the postseason, the Guardians, and I'm not talking shit here, but knowing that the Guardians did not possess a power-packed lineup, we know that teams that out-homer the other team, typically they win. And what's odd is, it's kind of what happened here, but it was the Guardians.
And they don't fucking hit homers.
Doesn't hit any homers.
Yeah.
And it rung true, but it wasn't supposed to be the Guardians in that case. And It is. And the idea that plays out over an entire season, I think is why people kind of overlook you. If you don't have, 3 guys hitting 30 plus, then it's like, are you that attractive? Why would you be pitching? Pitching is attractive to purists, right? Like those are the folks who really love those kinds of games, unless you're talking about dudes who are just kind of like a Glasnow or McWinsey, who can run it up there mid upper 9s. Glasnow's out there rolling fucking hundos if he needs to. Mm-hmm. So that's fun to watch.
He looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, he did look. What he give up? Fucking 2-3 hits. He didn't give up any runs.
He went 5, 2 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts.
There you go.
And he threw 63 pitches, which was surprising. I mean, it obviously doesn't fucking matter. Surprised that he didn't come out for the 6th because 63 pitches was right around what he threw.
No, what his last 53, you said?
63.
63. Yeah, I think big league average 15 an inning. That's 45, or that's 75. Excuse me.
And there were no walks. There was no high stress innings. I thought for sure he was going to go 6, but then Cash goes to Fairbanks, and I mean, if the Rays moved on, this was going to be a big concern because he's just throwing the ball all over the fucking place. I saw Guardians fans were saying that he was faking an injury. you could read his lips when Cash came out and the trainer came out. He was like kind of like pinching his index and thumb together, and he was going, I don't know if it's the cold, but I can't feel shit. Like that's what he said. So he had no feeling in his index finger. And I know Dallas has talked about this before, but like you need to be able to feel your fingers for where you're spinning the ball off of your fingertips. Like the index finger is very important for cutting and whatever spin you're going to put on the baseball. And he was telling you, I can't feel my fucking fingers, so I don't know where the ball is going. That was a problem.
You've been there, right? You've been there trying to manipulate your fingers, trying to make somebody feel something, and you're just fucking nothing's happening for you. Like
it happens all
I know
the time.
You've been there. So that's the same kind of like imagine being in that spot in front of 40,000 plus people. Not fun. Not fun.
No.
So yeah, tough spot. Tough spot for the Rays. Again, starting pitching showed up in the Mets series, and why it's so important. Does the same thing here. Timely hitting. Those are the stories.
I mean, it's just
those
a
two
hit.
series.
I don't even know if it's timely. It's just like they got a hit, and like that's all it took.
Oh, it's timely. It's timely.
It was timely. They got their hit just under the 5-hour mark. It was great.
Because the other teams ran out of time. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, if this fucking game keeps going, because they were switching back between ESPN and ESPN2. But right before the walk-off homer, I was about to tweet like, hey, if that third game comes on, is there an ESPN3? Like, where the fuck are we supposed to watch the next game?
A lot of ESPNs.
ESPN News, they got a fucking College U, some shit.
Does ESPN own ABC? Would they have just put it on ABC?
No, that's the fucking mouse, bud. That's the mouse.
Oh, the mouse owns that? But the mouse owns ESPN, I thought.
They all own each other.
Absolutely. The mouse owns ESPN. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Well, another season without a championship for the Tampa Bay Rays. That's unfortunate. Not that I have nothing against the Rays. Like, even as an AL East guy, I got nothing against the Rays. Obviously, I want to. You think I don't want to see fucking Tyler Glasnow covered in suds? Of course I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
With his shirt on, right?
No.
Okay.
God, no. Well, that's obviously not going to happen. Rays are going home. The guards are moving on to play the New York Yankees. Watch out for these guards.
The gritty guards, that's what I call them.
Also, the NFL action is in full swing at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We're talking touchdowns, big plays, and even bigger wins. New customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. Check this out. In addition to the usual bets, everyone can boost their winnings with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. To make things even sweeter, you can throw down on stepped-up same-game parlays once per game all season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use the promo code Jared, Jared, to get $200 in free bets if your team wins when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That is promo code Jared only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See the show notes for details. All right. Any other final thoughts on the Rays guards?
No.
Rays,
I gave love. No,
Rays had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
So if you're a Rays fan, you can say
don't
that.
blame. No, don't blame the injuries.
That's tired.
Blame the injuries. There was a lot of them.
Don't blame the injuries. All you needed was Glasnow to come back, and he did. And he did his job. He shoved.
Next year. Next year, Rays. Next year.
Yeah. Moving up to the great north. Toronto.
Man.
It's going to be a movie.
Man. just a whole bunch of pissed off poutine pounders up there. Tell you that. That is unfortunado. Hang with them, Jays fans. If you're
guys laughed at me when I said Mariners and two.
That's Hank Williams. Well, I mean, look, Alec Manoah. That was
very surprising.
Yeah.
That was, but you know what? If it's a matter of being overhyped and feeling the fuck, then
it's a learning experience.
Is what it is. Sure, it's a learning experience. It wasn't a matter of who you were going to hand the ball to. It wasn't. It was just that was going to be your shot to play game 3, right?
Well, and then you watched game 2, and they had an even better shot to play game 3, and they
did not. And they did not. That's the and even in game 2 with fucking Seawald, who I've been blowing all year long.
Yeah, it made you look like an asshole, huh?
A little bit. I mean, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
I agree with you. He is gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But he did make you look like a fucking idiot, though.
But it was to Joey's point. Thank you for that. It was to Joey's point that they, yeah, that they,
yeah,
they had chances. Like you get to a guy who's just supposed to be like lock, stock, like it's a done deal, and you get to him, you're supposed to capitalize. You're supposed to not let that die on the vine.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you were to yes, I love Toronto starting pitching, but if I were to ask you or any baseball fan, hey, what's Toronto's greatest strength?
Well, their lineup.
They scored 0 fucking runs in game 1. They got shut down, and that's not. I mean, again, to go back to the question earlier, what sucks more, going Biebs to Clase or Castillo to Munoz? There's no right or wrong answer. I wouldn't want to deal with either, but Castillo is fucking nasty. He was nothing. 7 1/3, 6 hits, 0 earned runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts, and 3 of those 5 strikeouts came in the 7th. He only had 2 strikeouts through 6.
If I'm thinking about deployment of arms, I understand the horsepower that Munoz provides. That's legitimately only a slight upgrade. And I mean, and look, I'll be the first one to tell you, there's a big difference between 98 miles an hour and 100 miles an hour. Big difference, okay? And that's where Castillo and Munoz are. Castillo is running shit up there at 99 miles an hour. he'll tickle the chundos every now and then. And now you're going to hand it to Munoz, who's basically featuring the same thing. Right? The same kind of just
if there's a big difference between 98 and 100, Munoz threw a fastball to Vladdy at 103.
Right. Yes. And you can just see the difference in preparation. You can see the difference in timing on guys when they're trying to get to 103. They're trying to fight off 103. It doesn't matter if it's right down the fucking middle.
It was.
Right? They're trying to right. they're just trying to fucking fight it off. I hear it coming. Swing. That's the mindset. So
there's never been a home run over 103.
Ever?
Never happened in the history of baseball. Never.
I believe that.
History of the Statcast era, at least.
At the time, the fastest pitch ever turned around for a home run was Rafael Devers off of Aroldis Chapman at Yankee Stadium in 2017. And we'll get to Chapman a little bit later. But for now, if you watch the video of Munoz throwing 103 to Vladdy, watch his arm. You can't see it. It almost looks sped up. Like his arm going across his body is it's just gone.
Frames per second. Like you need that's the thing. That's why these dudes get so nasty. Side note here, because the edgy, that's what the Edgetronic camera, that's what slows it down to the point where you can see not only that arm of Munoz, but the hand come through and the fingertips working off of the seam or pulling down on a seam or pushing, right? That's why these dudes become so unhittable. So fucking disgusting is because that guy's got the ability to slow shit down and just create absolute bastardness. But this is this game two was about the battle of the bullpens, and the Jays lost the battle of the bullpen. Robbie Ray got lit up early. Things did not go well for the lefty.
Yeah,
so
thanks, Buster.
He took a back seat early.
Buster is such a Robbie Ray hater, Joe. Did you hear that shit?
What did he fucking say?
Robbie Ray was on the mound. Teoscar Hernandez at the plate. Here comes fucking Buster Olney being like, I almost did a Tim Kirchin impression. I don't even know how you do a fucking Buster Olney.
Oh, give it to us. Give it to us. Let's show your range, bitch. Give it to us. Come on.
Range. I can do a good Timmy, but I don't know that I can do a good Buster.
Give us that Buster that everyone knows and loves. We're just gonna,
everyone knows and loves.
Know that. Oh, that's Buster. Have you heard Carrabis' Buster? Huh? You got to gather around for this. Give it to us. No pressure.
I don't know that I have a Buster. I'll workshop it. But Buster was he was like, well, he's like, Robbie Ray gave up over 30 home runs this year, and since whatever fucking like the last couple of years, he's given up over 100 home runs, leads the majors in home runs allowed. Next pitch, fucking crack. Teoscar Hernandez into 2-run tank, and then was Teoscar Hernandez's second home run also off Robbie Ray? Was that the one that chased him?
Yes, I believe so.
That would make sense. To make it 4-0.
Don't quote me on that. But I believe
Dallas Braden said that it was Teoscar Hernandez.
No, because that was like because I was checking in on it and I was like, no way again.
It was both of them were off Robbie Ray. Yeah. So this was a 8-1 ball game after the Mariners scored in the top of the 5th. The Jays went on to put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 5th. So this was a 8-1 lead going into the 6th inning. Seattle puts up a 4 spot to erase that 4 spot in the bottom of the 5th. They put up 4 of their own in the 6th. Jays tack on another run in the 7th. Now it's an even fucking 9er. And then the 8th inning comes. And it sucks. Obviously, you don't want to see anyone get hurt, but it sucks even more because like that moment where it would have been such a fucking like, let's fucking go, fucking Mariners. Like you can't even be excited about tying the game because you're just worried like, is George Springer like on another planet right now? Same thing with Bo. Like Bo got up, but like George
is Bo Bichette's arm in 5 pieces, and is George Springer going to know his name when he stands up? If he fucking stands up.
Yeah, like the Seattle Mariners, as you know, don't get to the postseason very often. It's been 21 years. So let's just say hypothetically, I'm not putting this energy out there. Let's just say that's the last game that the Mariners win this postseason run. If the Houston Astros dust them.
Wow. That's a hell of a thing to say with a ticket already.
Hold on.
Wow.
Let me finish my thought. If they don't win another game this postseason, that clip from the Blue Jays game where they tie it with 3 runs. They scored 4, but it was a 3-run hit. That play is going to be replayed forever for Mariners fans. And it's like, well, we can't even really can we celebrate that? That was fucking gruesome.
A double to second base. Can we celebrate the double to second base?
That wasn't second base.
You celebrated because everybody's okay. You celebrated because everybody's okay.
Did we even get an update on Springer?
I don't know if Springer was okay. That guy looked hurt, man. He looked hurt going into that because he hurt his wrist the day before on that fastball. And then he ran to the wall with the same wrist. And they showed him. And he already has his other whole fucking arm in a full cast. And he's limping in. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's got done. Maybe. He's just got in a Vietnam or something. And then he runs into Bichette. It was tough to watch, man. I will say, respect to George Springer getting the crowd hyped up on the cart. That's show.
That's how we knew he was okay.
Yeah, see?
I mean, he definitely has a concussion.
For sure. Like blue tint treatment, like he's not going back into the game.
So are we going to blame? Do we need to blame someone for not calling the ball well enough?
I mean, that's Springer's ball.
Because I heard people saying it's Bichette's ball.
No, that's George's ball.
I'd have to see the play again. But I believe, look, center fielder calls for the ball.
Get out of the way.
Center fielder's ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line. Peel off.
Got to peel off. Is anyone here surprised that the Mariners won 2 straight in Toronto?
Yeah.
Go, Joey.
Well, I picked them not to, so I'll have to say I'm surprised. And then there was 8-1. They had a 99% win probability, so that was a little weird to me.
That was weird to you?
That was a little weird to me.
Yeah, they were this is what happened. The Mariners also showed resiliency from a young group who has every reason to be feeling the pressure of like postseason absence and blah, 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 blah. I think that this quick series, in a way, kind of solidified for the Mariners the mindset like, hey, no, we absolutely should be here. Okay? We should be here. We have the tools to make a run. We just need to click. Because if they don't, well, things can get hairy very quickly for them where they're headed.
They're going to need to be clicking
Mm-hmm.
against the big bad Astros.
Yes, they will.
America's team versus America's most hated team.
Yeah, because
Oh.
Astros, if you're not clicking, the Astros will fucking blast the semen all over your anus, Joey, quicker than you can fucking shake a lamb's tail.
I've seen it happen many times.
Yeah.
And these teams have faced each other a lot, so.
They have. Also,
I
Gosman pitched better than his line looks. Because what did you get? Was it 3 inherited runners came in to score?
Cashed.
That's the story of Kevin Gausman all year. That's why he's like number 1 in WAR with like a 3.5 ERA.
Does bullpen just like letting his run score?
The bullpen, and I guess probably the defense too. I don't know, but it's rough, man. It's rough to give up 3 runs on a bloop double that takes out your star center fielder.
That wasn't that play though for Gosman. Those weren't his.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm sorry. I did it. We'll go back to Gosman, but that is still tough.
Well, I'm just saying.
Either way you look at it, it's tough.
It is tough. I think like the cameras went to his face in the dugout and he was like, "Are you fucking shitting me?"
It's just fucking, it's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking because you know what these guys are like. You don't want them feeling like they're that they're the reason that they're in the spot they're in.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be out there helping. You want to be out there making a difference. Your time has come and gone, and now you're watching, and in your mind, you're that athlete at that time that's got to be protected for themselves, that fighter, that boxer that's been knocked down 5 times. And you're like, but look, I can still wake up and I can still stand up. So why are we not letting this roll? Well, it's because your nose is on the back of your head, dude. If I let you walk back in there, you're not coming back out.
Also,
all those emotions.
In regards to this Toronto Blue Jays series, it's interesting to see how quickly some of these postseason crowds got taken out. Like, I know that in game 1 they didn't score any fucking runs, but they're like they didn't get loud in that game, even to just kind of like get behind them.
What? So they got loud. Look, they got loud with Romano, and that's the other thing. Romano comes in, and Romano has been unhittable at home, virtually unhittable. If I'm correct, the dude has given up 4 earned runs at home all year long, like 32 plus innings in the Raj for Jordan Romano, and 4 runs yielded. He gave up half that many runs in this outing here. It was over the course of 1 2/3.
Yep.
Right. So not your standard 3-out save situation that he is typically used to operating in at home. I mean, he's done some other dirty work at home as well, but he's been asked to give up or to get 5 outs or more 3 times in 63 games. 5 outs or more 3 times in 63 games. But this is the postseason.
They were winning 8-1 in game 2, Dallas.
Hey.
That's tough. That's tough. I empathize with Toronto Blue Jays fans. I was actually at the last postseason game that a team blew a 7-run lead. It was the the Red Sox were losing 7-0 in the 7th inning and then came back to win that game. 2008 against the Tampa Bay Rays in the ALCS. I was so that night I'm still this crazy, but that night, because I think the Red Sox, it was an elimination game and they were down 7-0 in the 7th inning and I just broke up with my girlfriend. I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. She's like, what? Why? I was like, I don't know. I just need space and I don't want to do this anymore. And
someone just threw a slider off the backstop. You know what? Things are just not working out with you and I gotta be honest. You could say we're not hitting the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I literally just had like in a fit of rage because the Red Sox season was about to end and it was 7-0. Like we were just getting embarrassed. It wasn't even about the season ending. It's like on like the last game of the year, we're just getting fucking torched. So I broke up with her and then the Red Sox came back and won. I was like, I was just fucking kidding. Like get a sense of humor.
Why? Obviously she was the problem if she's come back as soon as you break up with her.
Right.
Yeah.
You drop her and they fucking win. Buddy, she had 0 W's left in her. 0.
I know. She's the worst. That girl sucks.
Yeah. Well, maybe if she would.
Actually, funny story. Same girl. This is like just last week. So I'm friends with her family, and her sister was like, "Hey, like my kids have this fundraiser for a field trip." So like, can you donate? And I was like, sure, no problem. And I looked to see how much she donated and just donated that plus $1. I was like, I'm going to fucking outbid you on this 4-year-old's fucking field trip donation chart.
Good for you. Good for you. I'm here for that pettiness.
Yeah. I mean, it's been 12 years and I'm still that petty. Yeah.
Still ripe.
Mm-hmm.
Still ripe.
It's almost as ripe as the oranges that you would put in Blue Moon, don't you think?
Oh goodness.
Baby. Yeah. I think it is.
Jake, moon me!
Because baseball and beer go hand in hand, and Blue Moon is the perfect playoffs companion with its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, iconic orange slice ritual, and authentic ballpark roots. In fact, Blue Moon was born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado. From playoff berth to a world championship, a Blue Moon guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience every single time. Been having Blue Moons all weekend watching playoff baseball. Jake, how many Blue Moons do you have this weekend?
I brought my TV out on my deck and, kicked back with a whole case of them.
Oh. Yeah, I bet that's amazing. That sounds awesome. And the weather in Boston is actually really awesome this weekend.
That's a way to responsibly consume moons right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been awesome to have playoff baseball in Boston this weekend with the way the weather was.
No, you do if you got satellite TV. Hey!
Yeah. You're the worst record in the league. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander. Blue Moon Belgian White is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that's one-of-a-kind? Best served with a signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Break out of your same old beer slump. Blue Moon Belgian White is one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon Belgian White delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado Ale. By the way, I was prepared to go up to like $1,000 on that. I was like, if she like donates back, like if we get like a donation off, like my budget is at least $1,000 here. Like these kids are going to end up going to like the fucking like
the Louvre.
Yeah. These kids are gonna end up going to like France for their field trip. Like, I will.
We'll see.
I would. I mean, I've checked back in. She's done.
You know what I don't think you would do that. What's I saw some folks do that I didn't think I'd see do.
What's that?
Because we're gonna have to pull some cards.
Oh shit! Did anyone pick the Phils?
Yeah,
Joey
I
did?
actually picked the Phils in 2 games.
One fucking loser did.
Oh, well, that's ironic because he's the winner because he picked him series and meta games. And
Yeah. You picked the Phils in 2, huh?
had to.
Yeah.
I mean, don't give me that had to, because first of all, game 1, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, what did I say, Dallas? I said I don't really trust the Cardinals pitching. They look a little. Can't trust them. Can't trust them as far as you can throw them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were throwing them. They were hitting
throwing
the dirt. They were hitting the dirt. Hitting outfield grass.
See, Jared, I blame Jared, honestly, for the Helsley comments. The Helsley comments.
I mean, I fucking nailed that.
You said it. You know, like, you're to blame. Do you understand? Like, that's you're to blame for this. Like, that is your fucking fault. You put that out in the universe.
I have a lot of power. I think I tweeted when it was 8-1. I said, "Hey, at least we're getting 1 game 3 tomorrow." In Toronto.
What'd you say about Helsley?
I've been a huge jinx this year. I said when Judge was stuck on 60, I said, "Well, congratulations on your 60 home run season." I guess he hit 61 in his next at bat, and then I think I said something else about. I think I can't remember what I said. I was like something about him getting stuck on 61, and then he hit 62.
Well, you said he could lock in the Red Sox for the ALCS.
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I said the World Series. I said the World Series. Fucking.
And then you said they were back. And they were.
I did not say that they were back.
Indeed, they were never back.
I never said that they were back. I did not say that.
Yeah, you did. But that's all right.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's not a big deal, bro. It's
Real
just
mature.
one mistake.
Real mature. It's cool. It's all good.
But what did you say about Helsley?
I just said that, like, I was excited. I was excited for the world.
104.
I was excited for the world to get to see his entrance for the first time, because I think outside of St. Louis, like, no one knew that he got like a big, grandiose entrance.
It is wild to me because I was talking shit about the pitching staff of the Cardinals, but him being the one to kind of like blow that was very shocking because he's like,
you don't say,
their best pitcher. Their best pitcher.
Very good. Yeah,
I mean,
you didn't have the Phillies putting up a 6 spot in the 9th inning after not scoring the entire game. You didn't have that.
I mean, scoring, Jared.
It was bad.
But how many hits they have the whole game? They have fucking 4 hits, 5 hits the whole game
in total. Not even like including that inning, they had 5 hits.
That error.
Yeah,
it was a complete.
Did
unraveling.
they give Nolan an error on that play?
That error, third, had to be an error. I gave it to him.
Whoa.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know if he got an error on that play. No, he didn't. He did not. There was a ball hit to Nolan that he kind of like stabbed at it. No.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
I'll tell you what, if you talk to Nolan, he'll be the first one to tell you. He should have had that ball.
I agree. He probably has replayed that moment in his head 500,000 fucking times.
Yeah.
Like, if you hit that ball to Nolan 100 times, he makes that play 99 times.
Yeah.
It's the bullpen. It's the Helsley. It's the Helsley debacle. Like like the dude. And I feel, God damn, that hurts.
You gonna fucking cry, dude?
Well, he's just been. He's a huge part of why they're there.
I agree.
Part of why they're there.
I'll cry for Helsley. I'll cry for him.
To have that happen to him for him to do that, it just,
damn,
sucked a lot.
Yeah, that wasn't fun to watch.
No, like that's an outing. You don't want that. Like, I'd rather not have anybody go through that. You know, like that sucks. That's just
How
a
old
shitty
is he?
feeling. I don't know, fucking 30.
No.
Well, he's not like 22.
He was born in 94. So he's...
Well, do that math. Was he 28?
26? 27?
28.
He's 28. That's tough.
Yeah.
54 games, 64 and 2/3 innings, 94 strikeouts, an 0.74 whip, and a 1.25 ERA. Gives up 4 Ernies in the 9th.
Right. Like no traffic at all year long, spraying it. Like it's just, heartbreaking, man. Heartbreaking.
It is because I was excited for that. And not only that, not just because we all picked the Cards.
No, we did.
Is there another reason, Jared?
I didn't want Albert Pujols' career to end on a 2-and-out. I mean, he got a knock in his last AB. St. Louis doesn't even score a single. I mean, so what I said after that blunder, that meltdown in Game 1, and Friday was a crazy day of baseball. Like we saw some wild shit. But I said the St. Louis Cardinals are in the best position out of all the teams that lost Game 1. The Cardinals are in the best position to bounce back because of how many veterans they have in that clubhouse that have the ability to shake that off, show up the next day like it's Game 1 again, and just business as usual. Like there's going to be no nervous, worried vibes in that clubhouse. And maybe that was the case, but they certainly didn't play like it because they scored 0 runs and they lost 2-0. The Phillies are moving on.
Yeah, offensively shut down. I mean, if we're calling spades here, Jared, our boys did not show up. They did not do well offensively. That being Arenado and Goldschmidt. Goldy was, oh man, I was looking at it. 0 for 6? 0 for 6 with 6 Ks?
How many times did they walk? Goldy 0 for 3. Nolan 1 for 4.
Over 6 with 5 Ks, Goldy, in 3 games. Or in 2 games, sorry.
Nolan had a hit in Game 1.
Yeah, Nolan was like 1 for 8.
Yeah.
Right?
And then in the shutout, 0 for 4. Oh my God. Oh, I thought that was strikeouts. Goldy struck out 3 times. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Nolan 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah.
They both left 4 men on base.
Yeah. And then, trust me, dude, the Cardinals.
That was Game 2.
The Cards were 1 for 11 that series. 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position this series.
That's not going to get it done.
No, it is not going to get it done.
No.
Not going to get it done. Yeah. I mean, Wheeler dealt. The bullpen meltdown for the Cards is Game 1. Like that. That is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Quintana threw the ball well.
Yeah, he did. Pitched into the 6th. 2 hits, shutty.
Just offensively, the Cardinals could not get anything going. Just could not get anything going.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at it now, it's like I feel like the Phillies were probably built better for a 3-game series than just about any other team, just because they're starting pitchers. The 1-2 smackaroo.
Yeah, I mean, Wheeler and Nola are nothing to be foxed with.
But it's not like the Cards starting pitching shit the bet on them.
No, they gave him a chance. No, this is legitimately like straight up. Like put it like this: Yepes, right? That's where your offense came from. A fucking pinch hit homer for the Cardinals. That's where your offense came from.
Yeah.
You've got 2 guys who are arguably 1 and 2, easily 2 out of the top 3 NL MVP candidates in your lineup.
Plus the best hitter in baseball, Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
Like that
hitting second.
There's no excuse for that. Like that's that. And I'm not harping on it. I'm just saying there's no offense to be provided by this entire lineup. If there's going to be any offense whatsoever in this lineup, you feel like that would be an area.
Were you surprised to see Albert hitting second? Like that not being let's just get him as many at-bats as possible to hit 700, and then once the playoffs started, we're going to put like a grounded to double play candidate, like the biggest of all time at hitting second in the playoff game.
How many giddy ups did he have? 1? Did he ground into a double play? 1?
Pujols grounded. He grounded into 1 in Game 1. And then no one grounded into one in game
Because
two. But he grounded into the only one the Cardinals did, though.
Okay. If I'm being honest, I don't know. I don't know if it's maybe a conversation with Albert about, hey, look, if we get somebody on ahead of you, who was hitting the Newt bar? Lars was fucking leading off. If you get old Lars on, we're going to have a little hole open on the right side. So any thought to maybe just cutting the swing down and shooting that hole over there? You get something over there instead of trying to, maybe drive the alley. Let's just flick that bitch over there. All right.
It's not even a huge deal because it's not like Albert was part of the problem offensively. I mean, it's Nolan and Goldy didn't do nothing.
No. Yeah. I'm
like those would be the guys that you'd bump up.
Right. But I mean, that's where, like, one of those guys, either way you slice them, and it might be a matter of, like, dude, do you find a way to sandwich somebody in the middle there that you think would be able to take advantage of getting some pitches, right? Because if it's Goldy ahead of you, well, maybe they're not going to deal with Goldy, and that's going to give you your opportunity to capitalize with a man on. And maybe you're going to get a good shot to get big and take a fucking A+ hack at something because you got Nolan behind you, or vice versa, however you want to work that. But, maybe I was a little surprised that wasn't something that happened, just trying to get the offense going. But, I mean, it's in a short series, so it's not like you felt this lull coming. It's just a matter of the fucking Phillies shoving it up your ass.
They really did. Like,
it is what it is. Noah was fucking Noah was dominant. 6 2/3,
right.
0 earned. Come on.
Like I saw fans arguing on Twitter, being like, oh, the Phillies didn't win that series. The Cardinals lost it.
Starting pitching won the fucking postseason. Starting pitching so far is showing you why it's the big dick in the room. The Cardinals definitely lost game one. But you have to give credit to the Phillies for applying that pressure against one of the best relievers in baseball. Like, that doesn't you can't just luck into a 4 spot against one of the best relievers in baseball. You have to apply the pressure, put the ball in play, make them get you out, and they failed to do that. Like, that's just the end of it. Like, the Phillies, you cannot take away from the Phillies what they were able to do in that series. And it started with the starting pitching. Like, you set the tone with the starting pitching. You give yourself a chance to win. They did. They won game one, and then they completely shut them down in game two. Like, the Phillies won that series. I get that it was an epic meltdown in game one, but you still have to score the runs to have a meltdown. It's great at bats. Like, what was it? It was a Harper at bat. It was a Castellanos at bat, back-to-back walks. Then he ends up fucking drilling Bohm, and then fucking Gene the hit machine. Right? And how about that? That fucking guy, the ball that Gene Segura hit, you go back and look at that ball, wasn't even a foot off the ground. You hear me? A foot off the ground. 12 inches, grab a fucking ruler, set that on the ground. Think about this ball being 7 inches off the ground. Gene Segura got the bat to the ball and reached base. Min scored on a ball that was hurled from 60.5 feet away, only 7 inches off the ground. The fucker hit it. That when you want to talk about when it rains, it pours, that is a shitstorm of brutality that Helsley was out there trying to find. Like, bro, if anybody needed Riri, it was Helsley at that point. He needed an umbrella.
First playoff game, too, for Gene Segura.
What?
Yeah, right?
Who would have thunk it, man? That guy's been around for a while.
Been around a long time. Got his first shot. Got the knock that put the Phils in the win column. Bryce Harper with a bomb in game two.
Let's go.
Yep, Bryce Harper. He shows up. When the lights are brightest, Bryce Harper shows up. And it was nice to see him celebrate after getting that big contract and saying, I want to come here, I want to win, and I want to be a part of this. To have the Phillies get back for the first time in 12 years and then win, pretty good.
How about Bohm? Think about where he's come from. Like the shit that like this is a dude who had a choice to make during the season. I can let this get bad. I can act like I didn't say what I said. I can just completely play these Philly fans for fools and see how that goes. And we all We all know how that was going to go. And wisely, he chose to go, yo, yeah, man, that was me. That was my bad. Like I fucking, yep, hand up. I was like, fuck all of you. Because you know what?
He
Y'all
said,
can
I
be some
fucking hate
ruthless-
this place.
You guys can be some ruthless sons of bitches. I fucking hate this place. Get me out of here. And you know what? I'm glad I'm not out of here. And I think that helped him a lot.
Was that this year or last year?
That was this year, dude.
That was this
That
year?
was this year?
Yeah.
That was this year? That
It's
was
a
this year.
great moment.
Hey.
That was a great moment.
And I didn't say this then, and it's funny because the reason I'm kind of talking about this right now is because I just had this conversation with actually with a player, but again because I watch infield every day. I'm watching infield, and Bohm was down there early when we were in Philly, and he was absolutely airmailing baseballs. Airmailing balls in infield warmups, and I was just like, oh. And like I was watching him stammer with his feet over at third base, like his footwork was just not right. And again, these guys will try to wear shoes when they're taking infield, so they're soft on their toes, and it's just proper footwork. It forces you to take the proper angles. Blah 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 blah. And I was saying like, yo, like this dude's gonna be good. I don't know how comfortable he looks right now. And then days later, that happened. And I was like, And so now, but we were just talking like, yo, dude has like, like that's in the past.
You put him on watch. I thought you were going to say, I went down there, told him, gave him a tip.
No,
He's
been a
beast ever since.
I just like to watch. I like to watch guys' routines, especially young guys. I like to see if they're asking guys questions, or are they just on their own program? What are they doing? Is there a rhyme or reason? So like if I see guys doing certain things specifically over the first 2 days of a series, day 3, I'll ask them like, hey, what do you got here? Why this? Where'd you learn that? Blah, blah, blah.
Fucking shout out to Boom. That was a legendary come up on like the worst game of your life, and then to turn it into a win like he did. I mean, they're selling those shirts at the stadium everywhere outside. I
Love
fucking hate this place.
Love it. Love it. Good for him.
Phillies
Good for
were the
him.
better team, man. Phillies exposed the NL Central for the frauds that the NL Central is.
Damn.
2-14 since 2020 in playoff games for the Central. A little BDE stat for you.
I mean, the AL East is looking like a bunch of frauds too. It's supposed to be the best division in baseball. Boom, boom, done. See you later.
Not
Jays
so much.
gone. Rays gone.
Watch out for the gritty Guardians too.
Well, that's where the division series comes into play, boys.
Yeah, it does,
That's
doesn't it?
Where the division series comes
Yeah.
into play.
We've covered Mets, Padres. We've covered Cards, Phillies. We've covered Rays, Guards. We've covered Mariners, Jays. We're moving on to the division series. But first, if you're trying to get to these division series, if you're trying to see Guards, Yankees, Mariners, Astros, Dodgers, Padres, or Joey's Braves versus the Phillies, which, by the way, we'll be there in Seattle. I don't know if I tweeted about it. Dallas, are you coming?
I have a tentative schedule change, so stand by.
What the fuck does that mean?
Jared, I'm a father.
Dude, tell your kids to get jobs.
I would love for that to happen. It's been 5 years, the oldest one. Not doing
You're
a
an
fucking
enabler.
thing.
You're an enabler. You know
That's
that,
fair.
right?
I'm not going to argue with that at this point.
So you're a maybe?
I'm a maybe.
All right, well, me and Jake will be there. Joe, are you coming?
Dude, I wasn't even fucking invited, bro.
Bro.
And guess what? I'm going to fucking Philadelphia anyway.
You're going to Philly?
Yeah, watch the Braves.
Oh, yeah, of course. Why would you come to Seattle when the Braves are playing?
The Braves.
Yeah.
Duh.
See you there Friday. They're shaking in their boots. They heard BDE is coming.
Oh, damn. All right. So Joey's going to Philly. Me and Jake are going to Seattle. Maybe Dallas is joining. I don't know. But I do want to talk to you about our friends over at Game Time. October baseball is here. The crowds are buzzing. And thanks to Game Time, it's easier than ever to be there in person. We like I said, we'll be in Seattle for the Astros. Joey will be in Philly for Braves Phils. We do have plans for another league championship series matchup. If one team advances, we will be there as well. We will be using the Game Time app to get the tickets to be there in person. Game Time is the fastest growing ticketing app that guarantees you the lowest price on tickets on all your favorite sports, concerts, and shows. You can view your seat from inside the app, and checkout takes less than 30 seconds. All you have to do is download the Game Time app, create an account, and redeem your code ROCKET for $20 off your first purchase. Again, that is promo code ROCKET for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. And since I'm such a nice guy, I don't know if you saw this, Dallas. Super nice. I felt bad about going to Mariners playoff game because it's been so long. So I think we have tickets, Jake, right?
Yeah, we got them through Game Time.
We have tickets for the Mariners game. And I was like, I feel bad about taking up a spot. So I'm going to buy 2 tickets and give them away.
Wow.
No catch, no gimmicks. I was
No
like,
one
you
else
don't have
would
to
do that.
You don't have to like, you don't have to retweet, you don't have to follow, nothing. I was like, just tell me why you should be there. So I've been getting a lot of heartfelt stories, messages from Mariners fans. I said, nominate your friends if you feel like they should go there. I think it's up to like 600-700 responses. So I'm going to have a couple people sift through the replies so we make sure that we don't miss any. And then I'll just be giving away 2 tickets to Seattle Mariners playoff game.
So get your lies ready, guys. If you guys got a good, good creative writers, any good creative writers at home?
Yeah, I mean, like are pictures, like in pictures, like how does one enter? How does one win? Like how does one sway?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna have to be a lot of luck too. Like you're gonna have to like I'm sure that there's the most worthy story. I might not even get the chance to read it. I'm getting DMs out the ass. I'm getting a bunch of tweets.
Yep. Not cool. Yeah.
I mean, it's not always the best story. It's just a story that catches your eye. So
do you want to take the time now to tell everyone that you're not going to be able to get to their heartfelt stories? Do you want to apologize?
No, I told you I have a team. I have a team working on it.
Okay. And what they'll break each and every one of them down for you. So you're going to get probably 800 Cliff Notes versions of these.
Not everyone. It's going to be a sifting process.
So the ones that you are going to knowingly discard and completely ignore, do you have anything to say to them right now?
Sorry, you lost.
All right. That's it. That's fair. Communication is key.
Mm-hmm. Just being honest. Not everyone has a compelling story.
No. Yankees, Game 1 starter.
Yeah.
Aroldis Chapman. Let's go. Put it on Game 1. So, you know, the
Aroldis Chapman.
What a fucking
postseason legend, Aroldis Chapman.
What are we doing?
What do you mean?
Like what? Like, do we have? We don't have any reasoning. Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone have both said the reasoning was not good enough.
He skipped the fucking workout.
Right. Oh,
what's his reason for skipping?
Yeah.
Oh, he was mad that they weren't going to put him on the roster, and they were using Aroldis Chapman to come to that practice on Friday to throw live BP to their hitters so that they could get ready for the playoff after the layoff of not playing in the wild card round. And he said, "Fuck you! If you're not going to put me on the playoff roster, then why am I helping you guys when I'm not going to be here next year? I'm not going to help your team when I'm not a part of it." And he went home. That's speculation, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. They told him that he's not going to be on the roster. He's like, "Fuck you! I'm not helping you get ready for the playoffs then if I'm not going to be a part of this."
That's what my thought was, but I didn't know if that had been communicated to him yet or not.
I'm sure he saw the writing on the wall. I mean, that's different.
That's all. Look, that's a caveat.
What if they told him like, "Hey, there's a chance you might not make it," or what if they told him like, "Hey, we're going to see how you look, and like you're not guaranteed a spot." And I'm sure like you think that dude doesn't have a fucking massive ego.
Because listen, I've tried to be, even with who this includes, I've tried to look at this through as many different lenses as possible. And if you are a quote unquote free agent at this point, which that's not the case because the championship season is still going on, you are in communication with this club. Just because he's not on this roster, Jared, doesn't mean he couldn't be added to the championship roster, the championship series roster. Doesn't mean he couldn't be added to the World Series roster. And if there was an injury, God forbid, doesn't mean that he couldn't be the emergency addition to this roster. So unless it has been communicated that, look, bud, we're all done here. Like, as far as any sort of postseason rosters go, you're not in the mix for any of those. Unless that has been communicated, I see absolutely zero reason, which everybody else feels the same way, for this dude to not be there, to not be showing up. And you're saying, well, what would ever be a reason why he wouldn't show up? And that's where, if there was ever that like straight up, like, look, like, I don't want to say a burning of bridges, but if there was ever a conversation between Boone and Chapman or Cashman and Chapman or his representation of, look, we have no plans whatsoever for the remainder of October to have Chapman a part of our roster. We do not see him on the DS, on the CS, or on the World Series roster. As far as we are concerned, Aroldis Chapman's services are no longer needed. If that kind of conversation has been had, and then you ask this dude to show up, I'm going to have to look at you like you're the idiot.
Yeah, I mean,
going, first of all, you knew who this fucking dude was as far as character goes. Let's start there.
They traded for him while he was
right.
Suspended.
You chose to overlook all of that because of what it could do for you performance-wise. So now that the performance isn't lining up, you almost want to go back and fall on the crutch of, well, we kind of knew. No, that's not a crutch for you. Do you understand? We all know that you knew who this fucking dude was. You obviously made that decision, and we all looked at you like, well, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if he shits the bed and then tells you to go fuck yourself. Because that's what happened. He shit the bed and then he told you to go fuck yourself. Don't be surprised when that happens. Well, it happened. So, like, it sucks that it happened for the other guys in that room because they got quit on. But that comes between the front office and Chapman, if that's the case. If not, like I said, what a piece of shit move.
Shocker that a piece of shit executes a piece of shit move.
Like, what's weird though is, I don't know, like isn't baseball supposed to supersede everything in your life when you're this kind of human being? Like, isn't that why? Like, but obviously not. I don't know. Shit.
That would be a wild move to actually tell him that, hey, we're not going to put you on any of the roster, no matter what.
Right. Like that. That's why it's like that's not something that happens.
I doubt it. Yeah. Maybe it's traffic. Fuck it. Who knows?
Traffic from Miami to the Bronx.
Yeah. I mean, damn.
Bro, the freeway, you fucking kidding me? It's fucking Sunday. Come on. You ever tried to get from St. Pete to Tampa on a Sunday?
Yeah. Either way, this is obviously a blessing for the New York Yankees. Guy fucking sucks. Even when he was good, he was blowing every important game in the playoffs every year. It was an annual tradition. Aroldis Chapman was going to blow it. He blew it in 16 for the Cubs. He blew it in 19 against the Astros, the Jose Altuve home run. In 2020, the Mike Brasso home run. He just blows it every single year. That's what he does. He's a loser in life, and he's a full-blown loser in baseball. Always will be.
That's why I use the comparison to Stephen Vogt. Like, you want to talk about the idea of not being able to help a team or thinking you could help a team. Like, Stephen Vogt was blocking balls the day before retiring. Blocking balls before a game he was not catching in. Blocking balls the day before retirement, before a game he was not catching in, for a 100+ loss team. Aroldis Chapman failed to get on a fucking airplane to come and help a team headed to the postseason. Maybe at times because of him, and I think a lot of people feel majority of the time in spite of him. The point remains, if everything's all good with the front office and everything's fine there, and you've got your boys in the room that could use your help, even if it's a matter of now preparing, like, yeah, dude, we need you to spar. Like, there's just not 100+ mile an hour left-handed arms laying around. And if there are, and they're in our clubhouse, we'd like to think that they'd want to help us sharpen our swords to get ready for battle. But apparently you're the motherfucker telling everybody where our weapons cache is, and you're just not showing up to the battle yourself. Who the fuck are you?
Was he really in Miami? Is that normal? Like for 5 days off between a wild card series to get on a plane and go somewhere? I feel like that's.
You can, I mean, look, that's the thing, man, is you can do whatever you want to do. There's no mandates. Like, we're not sure, the only mandate is if we've got a workout, you got to be here for the workout. Okay, well, if that means after this workout, I'm going to get on my PJ, my private jet, and fly to Miami from New York, and then I'll be back tomorrow morning. What time's the workout tomorrow morning? 12? Sweet. I could have the PJ at LaGuardia by fucking 9:30, and from there I'll head right to the ballpark. Like, you could do that. Why can't you do that? If you've made $100+ million, that's on your radar. Absolutely. That's how you're moving. So, no excuse. None whatsoever.
Asshole. The Yankees and the Guardians, game 1, Tuesday night. Be in the Bronx. As far as game 1 starters go,
Garrett Cole.
For Tuesday, only the Astros and Yankees have named game 1 starters. It's Garrett Cole. It's Justin Verlander. No one else has named a game 1 starter officially
just
right now.
Some fucking come and get you. Just a couple of, what are you holding there? Just a pair of aces. Just some pocket rockets.
So you got Garrett Cole versus TBD. Who do you think the guards are going to go with here?
Well, let's think.
What would the days of rest be there?
Biebs on Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Can you go,
would be on
Biebs?
short rest. No, I mean, Biebs would be on short rest.
Let Biebs get another day off.
Yeah, Biebs would be on short rest. That's where, I mean, it's Cal Quantrill.
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't
He was
right?
supposed to be
Cal
their game 3 starter if there was one, yeah. See if there's any.
Quantrill, because that gives you Quantrill, and then that gives you
Biebs
and McKenzie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because there's no days off, right, in between.
What would
they
it be?
get a day off.
2-1?
There'd
be a day off in between after game 2?
Yeah. Wait. No, they might get a day off after game 1.
We get a day off after game 1? Can we fucking...
fucking way. No.
Let's nail this schedule.
Does everybody play on Tuesday?
No.
Yes. Or no?
Game 2, they have a fucking day off after game 1? On Tuesday, the only games are the fucking National League Division Series games.
What are you talking about?
He's talking the facts.
Talking facts, dude.
What? Tuesday, October 11th.
Tuesday's the first game.
I'm talking after game 1. On October 12th, you only have Padres, Dodgers, and Phillies, Braves.
Oh.
And then on Wednesday, you have the American League teams. The fuck is this schedule? There's an off day again?
Why is that?
And then on Friday,
because then there would be a day. Then there'd be, if they did it the way you're thinking, then there'd be a day where there'd be no games at all, and the fans would get a lancy.
This schedule sucks. How are you going to have an off day after game 1?
Yeah,
like I said, if you didn't do it this way, there would be no games at all on Wednesday, And then you have people playing at 1 p.m. all the time. It's
That's
better for the fans.
brutal. No, it's not.
It's better for the fans, dude.
No.
Yeah, you want baseball every day. You want baseball.
You want it
day.
every day.
You want baseball every day, but like, if you're a Yankee fan and you've just been having to fucking wait since the season ended to watch the Yankees in the playoffs, and you play one game, then you already have another off day.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
fucking
yeah. I didn't think of it that way. Poor Yankees fans. Well,
Who gives a shit? Fuck.
now that you put it that like that, the Astros fans and
It's kind of
Yankees
brutal that
fans-
there aren't any pitching matchups because that's tough to kind of lay out.
That is kind of tough to lay out. And all these fucking
But
off days just allow you to set up your rotation however you want.
Yeah, it helps the Guardians.
Yeah.
Give Bieber and McKenzie an extra day of rest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no doubt.
Helps the Guardians, helps the Mariners as well.
Well, that's ooh.
It's fucking over is the Phillies and the Padres are looking like, what the hell? Why can't we get another day?
Well, do you go? That's the thing. I don't know. Do you go Biebs and try to match up Biebs and Cole, and then bring Biebs back late if you need him for a 5 because you got off days? Because then you can go McKenzie Quantrill. I don't know.
I don't know.
Crunching the numbers.
I need to see the full schedule. I can't even find the fucking schedule.
It's a goddamn shit show. It's a shit show what they're doing with this schedule. It's brutal. You kidding me? Ugh. Gross. I hate it. I mean, at least, Tuesday you get 4 games. Great. Then you have 2 games on Wednesday, 2 games on Thursday.
That's
2
better
games
though,
on
dude. That's
Friday.
way better. It's better. People don't want to, 1 o'clock. Everyone has work. I know we don't, but like regular people,
I know we don't.
regular people have to go to work.
John,
and
I
shit.
got shit to do.
Saturday you got 4 games. Then you
I'm
get
thinking
another
about
4
opening a
on
bunch
Sunday.
of baseball cards during one of these games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've legitimately got. Yeah. I got $20,000 worth of cards that I need to open, like soon. For no reason.
How?
I've just accumulated them. That's. Yeah.
So you're a hoarder.
Well, I buy boxes and I don't want to. I'm not looking to sell them. I'm looking to rip shit, and maybe there's some fun stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I've getting a bunch of shit graded, getting all that stuff back. So
You ever open up one of those packs from the 80s that has the bubble gum in it?
I have a box of 89 tops unopened.
And that's got the bubble gum?
Hmm?
Would you eat it?
I've eaten it before. It just turns into straight up
Dust.
powder in your mouth.
Yeah.
You're just spitting fucking chalk. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But a must try if you've never done it.
What, gum from the 80s?
Yeah.
It's like a rite
That'd
of
be sick.
passage.
I'm now imagining a baseball player who only likes that specific type of gum, and you see him in the dugout cracking cards open.
just ripping. Just an old school ball player. The Charlie Huff. That's what Charlie Huff did. They're like, hey, Charlie, we got this new shit called Big League Chew. Like when that first came out, Charlie Huff was like, buddy, I'm 54 years old. Throw fucking knuckleballs. All right. Like the only shit that I chew is the shit that I chewed when they first came out with baseball cards. I was on the first baseball card, actually.
Yeah.
Here-
Damn. Well, should we, how should we do this? You want to break down? Do we want to do predictions for these series?
Yeah, I'd say predictions are the early predictors. Yeah, see, it's tough not knowing what the pitching schedule is like, but that is what it is.
Padres, Bob Nightingale just tweeted, the Padres will presumably go with Mike Clevenger in game 1, Yu Darvish in game 2, Joe Musgrove in game 3, and Blake Snell in game 4.
I'm going to tell you right now, the Dodgers do not just have this wrapped up like a lot of people think they do. like even myself thought they did.
So you won't, but you don't have the balls to pick the Padres. I know you don't.
Jared, every day that turns, I'm getting. I mean, buddy, you got Joe Musgrove out here dipping his fucking satellites in icy hot, getting fucking wet willies out there. Like, he's for the boys. We don't need to question that. Do you know who's swinging the bat in that lineup, Jared? Shall I remind you?
Mm-hmm.
Manny fucking Machado. Okay?
Manny
That's
just
who's
had a
swing-
one-liner in the clubhouse.
that's
He
who's
said, "Hey Joe, bottle of champagne in hand, ready to uncork. I got that sticky stuff right here." And then he doused Joe Musgrove in champagne.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
What do you mean by that?
What does
We
he
have
mean?
to investigate.
Ooh.
He might know
He's
something we don't know.
clearly Manny, clearly a sativa guy. All right, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Got that sticky, icky, wait.
I better not find out. I better not find out Joe Musgrove's smoking.
Got that
Also-
fire from the gas lamp. Cuh.
Buck was Machado's manager in Baltimore.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
revenge game.
Well, come on. That's why you saw after Buck left the mound, or after they left the mound, Manny walking back to third just kind of looked over in their dugout like, come on. Like, he knows. He knows what's up.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want Buck to do? I mean, put it like this. The fact that Buck went out there and said something, if the internet was a buzz and he didn't say something, imagine what that reaction would be like. The fact that he did almost appease the masses, right? It
That's
quieted
what I told him.
anybody asking, what the fuck's going on? Well, look, Buck asked too, so
Yeah.
don't worry. But look, that's in the past. Padres, Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat, the way that the Padres have been swinging the bat and the way that the Padres have been pitching, what you just saw tells you why are the Padres not a viable option in this series. And don't let the fact that you haven't seen the Dodgers play baseball in a week or so slip past you. They won how many games? 100, 110?
8, 10,
108? Something stupid.
something like that. It
Pretty
sounds like you're trying to talk yourself into the Padres here. That's what it sounds like.
It does sound like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like you came into this podcast not knowing which direction you wanted to go, and you're saying things out loud. You're thinking out loud
Yes.
to see.
Yep.
You're making your decision as you go.
You're in my
And-
thought bubble right now.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
putting words out there because in your head it sounds different than out loud. And out loud,
Yep.
it sounds like you want the Padres.
Out loud, I don't know if the Padres have gotten over the Dodgers, like just completely owning them.
That's what I said. I mean, so when I threw out the tweet, that was kind of taken out of context. maybe a
14
little
and
bit.
5 over the regular season is tough to overlook.
That's dominance. That is absolute ownage. That's dominance.
It's
and this
tough
is
to
not
overlook.
This is not a best of 3. You can't just get lucky and win a little 3-game series and end up moving on. But what I said after the trade deadline, I said it looks like the Padres have finally gotten fed up with the Dodgers kicking their ass, and now they're ready to battle back. And then the Dodgers wipe their ass with the Padres even after the trade deadline. but that it only matters now in this series. And I don't think that you can overlook 14 and 5. Like, I don't think you can just be like, you know what?
It's so
It's a
tough.
postseason. It's a clean slate. It's like, yeah, but is it? It's the same year. It's the same rosters.
But Jared, we just
You can pick them. You don't need my permission to pick them. If you want to pick them, by all means, go ahead and pick them.
I mean, we just watched the fucking Padres. Sure. Let me ask you this. Pitching wise, who would you take? Who the Dodgers are running out there or who the Mets were featuring before the series started? So again,
The
your
Dodgers.
top 3 starters. You
The
taking the
Dodgers.
Dodgers top 3 starters over the New
Over
York
the Mets? No,
Over the Mets
no,
top
no,
two
no.
starters?
Not on
No,
paper.
not
I'm
on
talking
paper.
about like how it's been
Well, that's
going.
what I just asked you. No,
Yeah.
no, fuck that.
On
That's what I just
paper?
asked you. Yeah.
Oh, on paper, yeah, you're taking the Mets.
Like I'm offering you Max Scherzer,
Mm-hmm.
Jacob deGrom,
Mm-hmm.
and Chris Bassett to start your baseball games for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm offering you Julio Urias, Tyler Anderson,
Tony
Clayton
Gosselin,
Kershaw.
16-1.
No. He's hurt.
He's not back for this?
Can we get an update on Gonsolin?
Yeah, can we get an update on Gonsolin, please?
I do not believe Tony Gonsolin is back.
He's not back officially. It's up in the air.
Is it?
Wait,
That's what I'm hearing.
that's not fucking true. Didn't he
Is
just...
Gonsolin back?
Yeah,
I'll
hold
Google
on,
it.
hold on.
Is Gonsolin
He is fucking back, dude.
Dave, first is Tony Gonsolin is back. He's finally healthy. What are you hoping to see?
You guys
from
are
him today?
fucking numbnuts.
It's big for us. It's a big
He pitched a week ago.
test for Tony.
Shut the front door.
I
Oh,
think
did he?
just to go out there and command the baseball. If we're fortunate, he can get through 3 innings. And potentially,
Okay, so
if
his
he wants
last
to do
outing was
another-
3 innings. Baseball Reference just completely fucking shut down on me. That's fine.
I got the same thing.
What? It
Oh,
just
no.
quit on you?
Yeah. There's been a DDoS attack on Baseball Reference.
What's going on?
We lost all the stats. Imagine
Damn.
that if the baseball history got erased in one fucking DDoS attack. Oh, no.
man.
How many home runs did Babe Ruth hit? We don't know.
Tony Gonsolin after making his return.
And Tony, just first, how good did it feel just to kind of get back out there, play some meaningful baseball?
Yeah. I noticed when I was warming up, pregame bullpen during the stretch and all that stuff, I was pretty nervous out there.
Damn, he's back. Sounds like.
It's like
cool.
an NPR interview.
Yeah, well,
Dave Roberts.
yeah,
Dave Roberts said Tony Gonsolin will throw a sim game on Sunday, which is today, and try and go 3 to 4 innings. If all goes well, he'll be on the NLDS roster and could start game 3 or 4. Dave Roberts said Dustin May will throw Sunday and feels 100% normal. Gonsolin will also throw on Saturday with Blake Trinan. Remember him? It's fucking awesome. Yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
So then I wonder what that rotation. Yeah, I wonder what Dave's. I wonder what the outlook is. So then it's got to be a Kershaw. What a Kershaw. Oh,
Urias.
yeah,
Gonsolin.
Kershaw Anderson Gonsolin. Kershaw Urias Gonsolin.
Urias.
Where's old Heen Dog slide in?
He dog. He could piggyback. They don't want Gonsolin probably throwing too much.
So hold on, let me count. Don't sleep on fucking 4 lefties. Sorry about it.
It's good for righties.
So who do you? Man, the lineup is just so tasty for the fucking Dodgers.
Yeah, it's deep. It's about as deep as it goes.
I'll tell you what, man, the Padres pitchers over the past however long, month or two, have been lights out.
Dialed the fuck in.
They're playing their best ball.
Oh, we got
This,
I wouldn't call this breaking news, but Jacob deGrom was asked about his free agency plans after the game tonight. Let's see what he said.
You mentioned yesterday that you had given it some thought that it could be your last start in a Mets uniform. Has that thought become more prominent or sunken anymore at this point?
I haven't really thought about it. It's disappointing that we lost tonight. That was the goal to move on, and the plan was to be going to LA, and that's not what we're doing. So, haven't really thought about it right now.
What happens for you over this offseason?
I don't know. I'm not going to discuss any contract stuff. It's just, we're disappointed we lost the baseball game tonight.
He's gone. Anyways,
just said literally nothing. The guy just
Yeah. Oh, he's
spoke
gone.
blank words.
You could tell.
See ya.
he's gone.
So, Jared, are you taking the Friars or are you taking the Doyers?
Oh man, you fucking pussy. You are just like, someone please pick the Padres before I pick the Padres. That's what you're doing. Just pick them.
No,
Pick
you don't have
them.
the ball. You don't have the balls to pick them. Is that what
Oh,
you're saying right now?
Dallas, this is pathetic. Pick the
Is that what-
fucking
is that what you're
Padres.
saying?
Pick them. Pick them.
I don't think I could pick the Padres over the Dodgers.
Why not?
Man. I just can't.
I might pick them.
I just can't. I mean, part of me wants to believe
you have no balls. Out of everyone on this show, you believe the Padres have the best chance to actually win.
This is where I want. It's where I'm telling myself, all right, has what the Dodgers been able to do over the course of the season, is that the mark of their success, is being able to dominate a season's worth of games the way they have. Now, if we shorten that, is what the Dodgers do, is that what they're built for right now in a short burst? Like the bullpen? Is the bullpen ready for 5, 6 days, 7 days of rigorous usage? Do they have the guys that are just locked down, go to, this is the absolute best decision we can make right here, right now? Kind of got like, are those guys down there? They've got a solid fucking bullpen.
Dallas, it's the Dodgers. It's the Dodgers.
I
the
know.
Same Dodgers who choke every year in the playoffs.
Not against the Padres, though.
Slam Diego.
Not
Loves
against the
Padres.
I mean, Trent Grisham.
Slam Diego.
But you know what?
You
might be sapping some of that power left on left.
I don't think so.
With all those lefties in that Dodger rotation. I'm going Dodgers. I'm going Dodgers in 5.
5?
Wow.
If you're going Dodgers in 5, you might as well pick the fucking Padres at that point. If you think that they're going to make it a series, you might as well pick the Padres.
I was thinking the same thing.
I could see them winning. I could see them winning a tightly contested ballgame, and there's no reason the way they're pitching right now to tell me that they're not going to get 2 opportunities at least from those first 3 guys to do just that.
Jake, you writing this down?
Of course.
This one is going to be Dodgers in 4.
4.
I'll give them a game.
I'm gonna stick with Dallas on this one. I think it's closer than the experts think. Dodgers in 5, just because I kind of want to pick the Padres too.
Do it. Someone's gonna fucking pick them.
Just because it's a shorter series and the top 3 pitchers for the Padres is right now is as good as anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like that first game too with Clevenger, I just feel like you can just give that one to the Dodgers.
Wow. No respect for Clev.
Damn.
It's not even about Clev, man, because I love Clev. I love his vibe. I love his hair. I love the SoCal lifestyle and just the freaking tattoos and sick, cool gloves. Everything about him is perfect.
You just want to kiss?
But I wouldn't kiss
He's not
him.
going to fuck you, bro. He's married.
Yeah, good kiss.
Well, if I'm going to be accused of being gay for him, then yeah, he's going to get shelled. Not gay. He's not cool.
I think you could. Jake, are you gonna pick the Padres?
I'm going to take the Dodgers in 3.
In 3!
Wow. Just
Wow, dude.
absolute abuse, huh? Why are
Jake's
they even...
got a sweep.
Damn. Yeah,
Damn.
You know what? The time change, I could see the time change getting to him. So that's
Dallas, I'm giving you one chance, one opportunity.
I'm not going to do that. I can't do.
If you're going to pick the Dodgers in 5, you might as well pick the Padres.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
I didn't pick the fucking Dodgers in 5. I picked them in 4.
Jared, I have a financial commitment to the Dodgers winning the World Series.
Oh
We've already discussed this.
Okay, so that's what that's about. You don't want to put into the universe that the Padres can win the
but
series.
you could cover all your bases. It's a win-win. Pick the
I rolled with
Padres.
some parlays on the way to the ship. We're good.
You hedged.
Buddy, come on.
Come on.
Not a fan of that.
All right, fine. All right. That's that series. We can move on to the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. Where's Strider at right now, Joe? What's the word?
Strider's at home resting.
So he's not on this roster?
No, I don't know. I mean, they haven't decided that yet. I don't know. He hasn't pitched.
Fuck? I mean, that is such like a big factor for picking this series, is knowing if he's healthy and on the roster. Didn't they had to announce the roster?
Do you have the Rookie of the Year on your team for the playoffs? I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
Either way, they do. But
Michael
anyway.
Harris.
Yeah. Michael Harris.
Wait,
MH Dub.
Didn't they have to announce the rosters already? How do we not know if he's on the roster?
They got time, brother.
No, they don't.
The last game just ended 20 minutes ago. Mets just lost. Listen, us Braves,
Monday,
we keep our cards close to our chest for a reason, dog.
Yeah.
And first of all, it doesn't even matter if Strider's going to pitch or not for this series.
I don't think he was pitching this series. I don't think he was going to be ready, if at all. Right?
Say that again. He yawned halfway through there.
I don't think he was going to be ready, if at all. I don't think he was going to be ready, if at all.
So you don't think Strider's going to pitch
no,
for the rest of the playoffs?
I didn't think so.
He's debatable. Anthopoulos said we could get him for the DS. He said Ozzy, probably not. It's looking like CS for Ozzy. But DS...
Okay. Here's the most recent update that I found. This is from David O'Brien. The Braves are optimistic about Strider for the division series. The Braves are optimistic about Spencer Strider being ready for the NLDS that starts Tuesday versus the Phillies, a team against whom the rookie has thrived. But they will have to wait to see him throw more in the next 48 hours before finalizing the NLDS roster. Strider's last start was September 18th versus Philly. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts. In 4 games, 3 starts versus Philly. 4-0, a 1.27 ERA, 34 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 21 in a third innings pitched.
Mm-hmm.
So they say that they're optimistic.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they see him, he's throwing flat ground. They love it, feeling great. But it's sometimes you get him on the mound. Sometimes things change. But that's what we're looking at right now. That's where we stand.
Okay. Wow. This is tough to predict without fucking knowing if Strider's on the roster.
Is it?
You think this is going to be a walk in the park? What do you have? Braves?
I do.
You have Braves in 3?
I have Braves in 3.
Braves in 3.
Braves in 3.
Yeah, Braves in 3.
Braves in 3. Joey.
Braves in 3.
My God, Joey. Your Chief Wahoo is showing.
Yeah.
or not Chief Wahoo. You're fucking. That's the tribe.
That's the Indians.
Well, he doesn't have a name, but you're fucking. Your
Blooper?
Your blooper's showing.
Yeah.
Your blooper's hanging out, Joe. Tuck that thing in.
Yeah.
Listen, I've seen the Braves play the Phillies a lot of times in my lifetime, and it's the Braves all the way.
What was their record?
Starting game 1.
Max Fried.
Yeah. Love Max Fried.
For the Phils, that's going to be the question.
The Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves.
Who are the Phils rolling out there?
They were 11-8 against the Phillies this year. 11-8, which is not utter dominance.
It's not utter dominance.
No, those are games to be had there. Those are games to be had.
The run differential, by the way, +3.
Well, that's because we pitched Odorizzi and lost 20-0.
+3 run differential, Dallas, in these games. That is not dominance. That is a fucking coin flip right there.
That is.
It's a coin flip.
And the Phillies got out of that wild card series like unscathed and had to pitch many people. They're they got their rotation. It's
bullpen's in shape.
They got confidence. Phillies have been sitting on their dicks for a week.
The Braves have, yes. Phillies have been.
The Braves.
Who are you taking, Jared?
I got the Braves in 4 in this one.
Braves in 4.
And that's assuming that Strider is back. But even, let's just say Strider is not healthy. I'll go Braves in 5. I think the Phillies are at least going to give him a fight. So Braves in 4 with Strider. Braves in 5 without.
Man. Part of me wants to take the Phillies.
Well, they have Syndergaard. Bryce Harper's healthy.
Ish.
Bohm was doing infield drills, man. We see his work ethic.
Yeah.
That's someone in a playoff series. That's someone you want on your squad.
Talking a lot of shit, Joseph. Talking a lot of shit.
I'm showing love. Schwarber, most home runs in the National League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want Schwarber to fucking get a hold of your ass.
No, and he was quiet. He was quiet against the Cards. He's due. He's due for a postseason war bomb.
Why can't the Phillies give the Braves a fight?
There's no reason why
I
they
literally just said that.
Yeah, but you said the Braves in 4
with Strider. He owns that ass. I still said, regardless, the Phillies are going to give him a fight. I don't think that this is going to be the walk-over series.
Yeah, I think Strider's a big X factor.
Huge.
Because that's a game. Because it could very well go Phillies that route. Like Phillies could win in 4. Phillies could win in 5.
They could win in 3.
Ooh. Ooh.
I wouldn't be surprised if they win in 3.
No, yes, you would.
The Phillies?
You would be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. Phillies could win in 3. We just saw win in 2. They just won in 2. I mean, that's basically impossible.
No.
Why can't they win in 3?
What you call it? Alvarado and Eflin gave it up, but then they got their shit together. They Oh man, the Braves though.
2 words for you, buddy.
But see, like, I don't want to go against the Ozzy Albies. Like, I feel like Ozzy Albies not being around is helping them in a weird way, like it did Ronald Acuna Jr. It's like, all right, we've all got to do our own thing. We got to play better. We got to pick up the slack. Blah 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 blah.
Brad Hand.
Yeah, who else is in that bullpen, Joey, that you like though? That you're just. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Kinley might be prone to give it up to some of these left-handers.
No.
Come on with that. Relax.
He's been there.
I'm going Phillies in 5. They're going to shock the fucking world.
What?
Phillies in 5.
What?
Wouldn't shock me.
Phillies in 5. I'm doing it.
Phillies in 5?
I got to go against the grain here.
Oh my God.
They're playing well right now. They're getting everything they need from their starters. Maybe that's the break they need for their bullpen. Maybe these left-handers in this lineup, like I said, can do a little work against some of these guys in the bullpen. Oh. Can I take it back? I already want to take it back.
No, you can't. You can't.
I want to take it back so bad.
Phillies in 5.
I don't want to ride with you 3.
What do you mean?
Why can't it be this way?
What do you mean, dude? Kyle Gibson coming out of the pen.
Phillies in 5. Why not us?
Why can't it? I mean, I want to see Bryce Harper go the fuck off. I'm riding the Bohm train, the Bohm vibe. That's what I'm riding.
So you're going MVP for Bohm? I guess they don't give MVPs in the DS, but
we will. And and I'll fucking give it to him if they win. You bet your ass.
Damn, dude. What a pick. Jake, who you got in this series?
I'll take the Braves in 3.
Braves in 3, baby. Boy. Riding with Joseph.
Most people are nowadays.
I want to put the Spencer Strider caveat in there. Things would be very different if I knew going into this podcast whether or not Spencer Strider would be there. I'm not going to be a little bitch like Jared. Well,
I still pick the Braves either way. I still pick the Braves either way.
Fucking pussy.
If I said, I picked the Braves with Strider, but if they don't, then they're going to lose. I said the Braves either way.
No.
I stuck with my guns.
Not the same.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's very different. Something
That's all I
changes
mean.
for you when Spencer's in there or not.
No.
And I don't know
Holy
what it is.
smoking vaginas. Spencer
on.
Strider's back.
Yeah.
You play that sound clip. Why don't you have that sound clip ready to roll, Jared?
I will. All right. On the American League side of things, the number 1 seed Houston Astros versus America's team, our Seattle Mariners. I'll be there in Seattle to see this unfold, this ass kicking that is about to unfold. We got a hungry Seattle Mariners team. We have a complacent Houston Astros team. They're there every year. They're bored at this point. They don't care. They don't want it as bad as Seattle does. The fans want it. The players want it. Houston's just happy to be there. I said it. The Astros are just happy to be there.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I think Justin Verlander is going to have every one of these guys ready to fucking rock, because you're not just happy to be there on the field behind that dude. That doesn't happen that way. And they've had guys Framber Valdez has, he just wakes up throwing quality outings. The dude set a record for the most quality starts consecutively. He's on another fucking planet. They've got a ton of depth in the rotation, a ton of depth in that bullpen. The lineup does not swing and miss. They put more pressure on you than anybody. It's just relentless. I love what the Mariners have done. I want the Mariners to be who they are right now, which is competitive. They're making noise. They are not ready to overtake the Houston Astros.
You're a fucking idiot, dude.
I look, in a game that needed to be locked down, they go to Logan Gilbert, the Mariners. Right? And I don't know if that's do they not have options? They got options. We talked about some of their options. They got guys they like down there. But is there a big gap between guys they like when it's close, whether a run or two in either direction? Because that's how you kind of look at it in the postseason. It's not about plus and minus, really. It's about, if we're down by 2, the same guy is my option as if we were up by 2 here, because I don't want this to get out of hand. It doesn't always work out that way, because there's, as you like to say or tell them, you're 1A and you're 1B because there might be a righty behind the, whatever you got to tell the guy to make him feel better about himself. The fact that you're not the fucking guy right here. But I think there's maybe a gap between that for the Mariners. And if that's the case, I think the relentlessness of this Astros lineup is what eventually wins out.
The Astros very clearly overall are the better team. We know that. It's just a matter of, can the Mariners hold on? Can the Mariners let the Astros punch themselves out and then deliver the haymaker blow in the end? And that's why I am going Mariners in 5.
Yeah, no, this is Astros in 4.
I think Mariners win game 1. They beat Verlander, and then they lose the next 3.
People forget Verlander sucks in the playoffs. Sucks.
Yeah, terrible.
He does suck.
Jared,
I've seen him. I've seen him in the playoffs. Sucks.
stop it.
Sure.
So Mariners in 5.
Mariners in 5 is the pick.
Joey, what say you?
I said I think it's going to be Houston in 4.
Jake?
I got Mariners in 4.
I thought he was going to have him in 3.
Mariners just fucking laying the hammer down. Yeah. Houston Astros charging on into October, into a deep October run. Is that it? That's it?
You just said Astros. And how many?
Me?
Yeah.
I said 4.
No, you didn't. You said Astros charging into a deep October run.
Oh,
It means
well,
four.
because I already said Astros in 4.
Astros in 4. Which game do they win? The Mariners.
I'm going to say they win the George Kirby start.
Okay.
I don't know when that is.
You think Luis Castillo is going to lose?
I think that George Kirby's going to win his start, whenever that is, unless it's against Verlander.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going with.
Hmm.
That's that.
Okay. Then you have the New York Yankees versus the Cleveland Guardians. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at what? Garrett Cole, fucking Tyon, Nestor. Is Severino getting a start?
He could. Herman.
I think they already said that Severino's starting game 3.
Is he? So who's not getting a start then?
Tyon.
Why?
I don't know if that's. Don't quote me on that. That's what I remember seeing.
You're going to not give Nestor some run? What are you talking about?
No, Nestor's going. Nestor's
Yeah.
going second.
For
and
sure.
I think Severino is going third. Like, I could be totally wrong on that. But I know there's a lot of anger in the Yankees fan base for not having Nestor going first. They don't trust Cole at all.
Who would? He sucks. Cole, Nestor, Severino. Cole, Nestor, Severino.
I'm going to say the Guards in 4.
Wow, Dallas.
Guards in 4.
Wow. You got the Guards going to the ALCS?
Yep.
Wow.
I got the Guards battling.
Sprinkling some power.
Doing
Wow.
just enough.
Throwing curveballs.
Doing
Two
just enough.
seamers. Fastballs.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel
They're-
like.
They're
What
gritty.
a pick, dude. Joe, what do you got here?
I got the fucking Guardians winning in 5.
Let's go,
5.
Joe.
Mhm.
Let's fucking go.
Easily. They win it easily in 5.
They win it easily. No struggle in 5.
Walk in a park. Beating the
Love
big bad Yankees.
Jake,
Love
what
it.
do you got here?
I got the Guardians sweeping the Yanks.
Wow.
Just hot trash out in NYC.
We got Guards in 3, Guards in 4, and Guards in 5. Someone's got to pick the Yankees.
Oh.
Go for it, Jared. You know you want to. You want to. You want to ride that coal train.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He's been there before.
Yeah, he sucks.
Don't be a pussy.
Yeah, so, you know,
Yeah, that's who's leading your charge right there.
It's Guards in 3. It's Guards in 3.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's Guards in 3.
Wow.
It's a Guards in 3. That's the
Light
pick.
work.
That's the pick. They don't even get a game.
You guys are gonna make me switch my pick.
Light
what?
work to what? Guards in 3?
No, I
To
think
what?
if I'm allowed, like, hey, if you guys don't want to allow this, but I want to switch to the Yanks.
Well,
Why would you do that?
based on what? The
'Cause-
rosters are the same when you pick the Guards.
You know why? It's because this podcast brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, and I just
Mhm.
checked the Sportsbook,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm seeing an alarming line. Very alarming.
What is it?
The Yankees are favored. They're minus 210 for the series.
Mm-hmm.
The Astros are minus 215.
Okay.
So they're basically the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
they don't know what we know about the Yankees.
Yeah.
They probably
But
do know more about the Yankees than us, honestly.
No, there's some gaps there.
Right.
Well, I'm going with
There's some
with the
holes
Yanks now.
offensively.
This your guy?
I'm
This
going
you?
with the Yanks.
Yeah, so,
That's your
my
guy?
fucking guy. I'm riding with Garrett, big game Garrett Cole,
That's your guy.
the strikeout king.
That's your guy.
Well, against a team that doesn't strike out, we'll see how that goes. Joey, I'll set the over under right now, 8.5. What do you got
For the first game?
for the punchies for Garrett Cole?
Ooh, in game 1?
Yep.
I'm going to go with under.
You know what that means? There's going to be some balls in play. There's going to be some traffic on the base path. Guards, they put pressure. They put pressure, Joey. And sometimes all you need is one base runner and the right guy up at the right time.
Yeah, but they get rattled in Yankee Stadium. We've seen it before. We've seen people doing Spider-Mans on the walls and stuff. It's just not. They don't want that hostile
You can be
New
grubbing
York
down
energy,
on a
dude.
You can be grubbing down on a Joe Ram sandwich here soon.
Mm.
I'm going with the Yanks, even though I publicly stated that I was going with the Guardians on Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and delete that tweet real quick.
Wow.
And
You can't do that.
it's my fucking Twitter account. Like, I can't do that. I can delete anything I want and
Shit's
retweet.
It's
anything
my
I want.
fucking Twitter account.
All right, but when are we is this yeah, we're not going to meet again until after what, game 1?
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't record again until
Or-
what,
no,
Thursday
until,
to put out Friday?
Yeah, so a couple games. We'll see a couple games.
Yeah.
Series could very well be over by the time we finish recording.
By Thursday?
No? Oh, no.
Jake, when do we leave?
Friday morning, so we could record Thursday night, which would be after all the game 2s.
Okay.
Perfect.
Beautiful. All right, then. Those are all. That's it? All the picks are in, Jake?
Joey didn't say Yankees and how many.
Yankees in 4, 5. No, Yankees in 5.
Wow.
Yankees in 5 games.
Wow, wishy-washy.
It's going to be a tough series. It's going to be hard fought.
I hope you get absolutely torched for walking back your pick.
Yep.
Don't come after me. I'll fucking. It's not going to happen.
What are you going to do?
If they come after me, ignore them. Because I'm better than them.
Are you, though?
Boom. Here at Globo, Jim, we're better than you, and we know it.
Damn. All right. Any other thoughts?
Nope. Love Buck Showalter's move. Appreciate the gamesmanship.
Mm-hmm.
He had. I mean, what was he gonna do? Old fucking Java Joe's out there shoving it up his ass, giving him a fucking one hit enema. Like you gotta do something. You gotta do something.
Yeah.
Help!
Yeah.
Help!
Tried to rattle his cage. Did not work, unfortunately.
No.
For the Mets.
Yeah, say what you want about the Mets. They tried everything.
They did.
It must be
Give it a
nice to
shot.
be Joey these days.
He's just basking.
Yeah.
Basking
Mm.
in
The
the
Mets
glow
are
of
already-
the spilt plasma of Mets fans.
The Mets are already dead before the Braves even have first pitch. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather them lose in our grasp. You know, I'd rather knock them out.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they couldn't even get there.
Called it.
So spineless, Joseph.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back on Friday morning after all the game 2s have been played. By the time you listen to the next episode, me and Jake will be in the sky.
I very well could also be in the sky.
You could be too. You're too much of a bitch to Tell your kids to fuck off. Unbelievable. All right, Seattle. We'll see you soon. Look out for Joey in Philadelphia, and enjoy the division series, or at least half of it.
Wow.